What I'm trying to say in the final analysis, once we take control of ourselves, we have to stop being imitators and be innovators. We realize we've got a continent 12 million square miles. Wherever our bodies are on the face of this earth, our cultural and political heartbeat is in Africa. Whether you ever go to Africa or not, that is your home, that is the home of your spirit, and that is the heart and meaning and definition of your commitment. And none of us, any place in the world, will be free until that continent is free.
The Masi Warrior Clan was created because myself and others like Brother Nahisi saw a need for a young African group to analyze information concerning the African phenomenon with no bias, with rigor, and with scholarship. We created the Masi Warrior Clan for the purpose of being an expert research team, of being a team that produced products, a team that was capable of producing products for African people globally to dispel myths, rumors, and provide them with accurate scholarship.
tried to line it up, and he was like, I don't debate y'all. Y'all too disrespectful. Aboriginal Power won't even debate Sean because he too disrespectful.
He is though. No, he really is though. I can't really like you, bro. You cool. Not a coincidence. I actually chop it over cuz. But niggas that come off too heated and disrespectful, like I said, I'll debate you, bro. But we gotta get in the ring first. If you want to be disrespectful like that, at least disrespect me in the ring, bro. Let's start now, bro. Can you disrespect me in a cage, bro? Like, I'd rather just do that. Then we go straight from the cage. I mean, put your ice on the way to the motherfucking computer, and we'll debate directly after that, nigga. Shit.
That's why I don't even do fucking with the nigga and shit. You feel me? Like, it's like, wait, bro, talk like that, man. We gotta get face to face with you to talk to you like that, my nigga.
Yeah, Peanut. You feel me? Go ahead, I got my brother already. Peanut, what's the word, brother? What's the champ?
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, but Lucky, let me say this, man. First of all, I'm an older brother. I'm young in spirit because I stay in shape. But I'm older. I deserve respect. Don't lie on me. You're not going to get nowhere lying because that's what's going to make you fall face first. Second of all, I'm well known in the Pan-African community. I'm not nobody new. You're younger than me. You don't know this. I didn't put in work and expose Rob Bourne, Sutek, any of them people over there. They know it deep down inside. And I'm gonna be long-winded. I'm a Moorish American. I already had back and forth with them dude. They erased videos. I'm not running from anybody. Don't ever say that stupid shit again. Third, and last but not least, I'm not losing no debate to no Pan-African. So don't ever say that shit again, famo. And that's it. Appreciate y'all, man.
You heard that? If Sean P want to debate, don't debate the champ over here, right?
Sutek want to know. So this like it's a pecking order. It's a pecking. So Sean want you, and Sutek want him. You say PMF ain't on his
no problem. There's no problem, man. Let's set up a Sutek debate, man. I don't like him anyway.
Okay, so I love that son, brother. I love that warrior mentality.
That's how it's going. I love to tell Sutek, tell me. There ain't nothing. My champ always in the chat. Album pop in. We'll set a topic. We'll set a date. We'll make it pay-per-view. We'll chop it up behind the scenes. I get their contact. We make it work. So, right here. He ain't ducking no favors, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. He do this over here on y'all channel, but then when we get on other
hey, alright, I will block your ass, nigga, because I'm well known for disrupting them chats over there, nigga. Stop fucking lying, nigga. You a goofy, nigga. I would never let a lame ass nigga lie on me in my face, clown.
You gonna block me?
It ain't no time I ain't ever been on the Pan-African channel and made my impact. Stop lying. I'm a real man, bro. Stop lying, fam. Don't do PNF like that.
PNF, he trying to trigger you, brother. And
word the fuck up.
But listen, he did that to me, talking about, oh, word on the street, I'm ducking from John P. I've never even had but one conversation with this little disrespectful motherfucker.
Oh, okay, yeah, he a little right. He like,
no, he like,
family,
but y'all by his own genealogy.
Shut the fuck up. That don't make sense, for one. Listen, y'all don't know what y'all did.
I feel like you standing on business.
Y'all lied on me, because y'all don't even know if that's me. And if y'all can trace that shit back to it's me, it's only 2 people in YouTube that got my information.
Yeah, he died by his own genealogy. You ain't an Indian, you ain't got a lot of meat. Half of this track, best believe you lose a lot of sleep. Probably because you made it up to us honestly. You ain't a Cherokee, nope. You ain't a Chickasaw, nope. You ain't a Blackfoot, nope. Nigga get lost. You just a fool with low comprehension. So I gotta come through with the henchmen. NAC, Sean P, Shy Son, Lucky. Don't forget Jay, got no time to play. Caught an apple slipping with his genealogy. Now he's a con and I ain't talking about a singer. I'm coming for the top apple leader. He ain't a teacher, he's a preacher. He can't keep up, so we leave him. Yeah, he died by his own genealogy. You ain't an Indian, you ain't got a lot of me. After the track, best believe you lose a lot of sleep. Probably because you made it up to us possibly. You ain't a Cherokee, no. You ain't a Chickasaw, no. You ain't a Blackfoot, nigga get lost. You just a fool with low comprehension. So I gotta come through with the henchmen. NAC, Sean P, Shy Son, Lucky. Don't forget Jay, got no time to play. Caught an apple slipping off his genealogy. Now he's a con. OTK. TKO. Now he's a con. OTK. You died. TKO. Genealogy.
From Africa, but they will be able to tell you about Africa. They wouldn't be vaguely saying they from Africa, brother. Like when a European says I'm from Europe, he doesn't say I'm from Europe. He says I'm from Germany. I'm from a particular province. I still got people out there, right? You know, when people say hold on. When people say they from Asia, they tell you where about from Asia they from. They tell you their province. They tell you they still got people out there. These people will confirm that they are indeed a part of their heritage. But you niggas was calling y'all African? Oh, mysteriously, you have no contact with the people you say you descend from. So I don't believe you. Bro.
Hating Africa and hating the African, we ended up even hating ourselves without even realizing it. Because you can't hate the roots of a tree and not hate the tree. The roots of a tree and not hate the tree.
You ain't no Indian, please try again. Everybody know you's an African. And Malcolm X said, you can't hate the root without hating the tree. Now take a look at you, you's a wannabe Cherokee. And I told you before, you need some therapy. And why you never show the genealogy? You owe your ancestors an apology. And you know they turning over inside of their graves just because you don't wanna come from a slave. So you gotta take this whip in. I caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple. Caught another apple. Caught another apple slipping. Ay. Caught another apple. Let's go slipping. Ay. Caught another apple. Let's go slipping. Ay. Caught another apple. Let's go. Caught another. Let's go. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple. Caught another apple. Caught another apple slipping. Yo, check this out, man. You wasn't already here, man. Dane Calloway lied to you, man. The research guy lied to you, man. Karimio lied to you, man. Your ancestors come from Africa, whether you like it or not. So no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you will always be an African. You can't deny the facts. You can't deny the evidence. You can't deny the genealogy. You can't deny the DNA. You can't deny it, man. Whether you like it or not, you are African. Caught an apple slipping. That's all we do. That's all we do. Let's go.
Got some dewy-eyed thing that you got a friend. I still ask you to look at that mirror. And if nothing staring back at you is friendly, then you've got no friend.
Thank you for tapping into the Massa Warrior Clan YouTube channel. It's your boy Sean P in the place to be, man. Make sure you like the show, share the show, tell a friend we're live. We got some business to attend to today. There's been a lot of commotion around the Tale of Two Negros, and that's the title of the debate. And this is how the FBA Abos Aboriginal community has muddied the waters especially with people who don't have time to study and understand history. And we really need to deal with that on a scholastic level and kind of slow things down. You won't be able to find that song because it's YK's song, bruh. Let's YK uploaded it somewhere. But I do want to say peace to Freetown. Triple four-headed ass Mika. Be active. What's good? Pure Black in the building. I seen Chavis in the building. We got Sister IB in the building. Ramon, what's going on? We got Brother Thurman, Infinite Minds. North side is Chavis, by the way. We got Rye in the building. We got Willie, what up, though? And we got Melanated Goddess. And for everybody who have not commented in the chat, peace to you and thank you for tuning in to the Masa Warrior Clan YouTube channel, home of Tep Hesed, since we got Chavis in the chat. That is the Egyptian word for correct method. It's over here where you can learn about, not only just over here, but one of the channels where you can learn about African history and culture, your African Americanness, and why a lot of these dudes are wrong. And it's really easy to debunk people who have no research methodology and don't know how to cross-reference sources and read or listen good. So you use their fallacies and their ignorances against them, and you'll end up with the answers. Marisha, was good with you. I appreciate everybody tapping in today. Like I said, it's going to get pretty crazy. So first thing first, let me get my image pulled up. As you saw in the description of the video, you should be able to see this everywhere across all the places and spaces where people engage with us. The YU Line Tribe. Yeah, peace to everybody, man. It's going down. It's going down. All right, so you should be able to see this real good in the chat. I do have an image on the screen. I hope everybody can see it. I saw this on Facebook. This was in one of those Abo groups. Wasn't that many comments. It was like 2 comments and then people commenting under the 2 comments. It had maybe 16 likes. So it led me to do this show today. Before I don't even want to get into the science, right? I don't want to get into the science, but because that's the easiest fight, right? When you say the 2 Negroes, right? You're saying Negroes from Africa and Negroes in America. How did the Negroes in America get to America? We know about the Negroes in Africa, but how is these Negroes different than the Negroes in America? See what I'm saying? So there's problems with that. Then what is the genetic makeup of the Negroes that's from America, right? And what is the Negroes in America history, language, culture? I will just say culture. From the perspective of, whether it's a forced culture or a survival, no matter the elements of culture, there are 7, some say at least 18 elements of culture. What are those elements of culture of the Negro in America prior to being exposed to Europeans coming into the Americas? Right? You start formulating all these research questions and thinking to yourself, what is it that they're really trying to say? This is a created meme, if we can call it a meme, but we'll call it a diagram. This is a diagram that someone took time out of their day to make. Who ever heard of Negros de Terra and Terra dos Negros? Right? It's not making sense to me. Where you would get the term Terra dos Negros. We know where you got Negros de Terra from. That's going to be Jack D. Forbes. But instead of you saying Negros de Guinea for the other one, you put that down at the bottom, and then you put to the left of that Negro de Indios Occidentales, American Negro. I'm confused. Where is the support for this, right? That's the next thing. Where is the support for this? So, to be honest, this argument is about properly defining who the Negro were in Africa and who the Negro were in America. But most importantly, it is also about the etymology of the word, right? So, let's go here really quickly. And let's start off with the etymology of the word. And then we can build moving forward. Now, if there are anyone that think that they've always been in America, you are free to hit the panel. We can have a conversation. But please be prepared to, at minimum, provide some type of sources that we can review so that we can understand. We ain't trying to just argue with you 24/7. We're trying to learn how you came to the conclusion that you came to based on that data. So if you don't mind sharing a source or your sources with us on how you arrived at your conclusion according to X, Y, and Z, then I would love to have that conversation based on the data that you're bringing with you about X, Y, and Z. But if you're just trying to like flim-flam, I don't have time for the flim-flam. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a problem for me. So, the etymology of the word, see, it deals with the origin and the history of Negro. The first thing it says here, in the 1550s, a member of black skin race of Africa. Don't say anything about the Americas. So if there's Negroes in America, and then there's Negroes in Africa, according to the etymology of the word, all the Negroes are members of the black skin race of Africa. So let's go further, right? Because then you're going to start saying, well, what about the Aborigines in Australia? And we'll get to that. But let's just keep it there. We want to keep it simple as possible and digestible so that people could properly understand. So a member of the black skin race, from Spanish or Portuguese, Negro, meaning black. From Latin, negrum, black, dark, sable, dusky. Right, applied to the night sky, storm, and the complexion. Figuratively, gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked, according to Devon. A word of unknown etymology, according to Watkins, perhaps from pi, nuit, night. The Latin word also applied to the black peoples of Africa, but the usual terms were Ethiops or Afir. As an adjective from 1950s, use with the capital N became general early 20th century in a reference to U.S. citizens of African descent. So in the 1590s, the use with a capital N became general in the early 20th century, i.e. 1930 in New York Times style book, in reference to U.S. citizens of African descent. But because it was perceived association with white imposed attitudes and roles with the word was ousted late 60s in the sense by black. All right. Meaning of African American vernacular, the English language of U.S. spoken of blacks in 1704, the French Negro in the 16th century, borrowing from the Spanish Negro. Older words were more, black or more, a Middle English word for Ethiopian, perhaps also a Negro, generally bloomin' or bloomin', right? And then there's other interests that gets into other words. So this word also is from the 1550s, where we get the word, and then it stems through history, and then it goes from there. That is the etymology in a nutshell. Hit that like button, man. So let's go to a source I've shown before, from a digital anthology by Amnesia. I said the name wrong. So this deals with the variation of colored versus Negro versus Afro-American. Historically, there have been many terms used to describe people of African descent in North America. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, roughly 1850 to 1960, two words that were commonly used were colored and Negro. Negro, in particular, was widely used by African American people themselves, and it considered a term of respect when used by others. Writers like W.E.B. Du Bois made a specific case for it, such as in a 1928 letter where he argued that Negro is the etymologically and phonetically much better and more logical than African or colored or any of the various hyphenated circumlocutions cited in Smith's work. Though Du Bois had a prominent position for many years in the civil rights organization, that use for the word colored, he tended to use Negro in almost all of his own writings. He tended to prefer the term Negro over colored, which he just preferenced even as early as his first book, The Philadelphia Negro. While the Boy approach was the most common one used in the early and middle decades of the 20th century, there were other writers who disagreed with him and preferred other terms. The prominent newspaper editor and writer Thomas Fortune, for instance, indicated that the preferred word Afro-American over the other terms. In an essay published in 1906, we have reproduced the full essay here, as you see below, but I'm not going to get into the essay. I'm trying to stick to a particular point. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's deal with the essay. A key moment in the following passage where Fortune marks his frustration with the term Negro, The term Negro, adopted from the Latin, has been used from primitive times to describe the people of Africa as they are or have been, and so used, it has been treated and quite properly as a common noun. It is impossible to get the writers in America, Europe, or Asia to treat it as a proper noun. They never will do it because it is not a term definitive of race affinities and unities, but out of physical peculiarities of race, of which color is visible in variable index. No effort of Afro-American publics will ever be able to convert the term Negro into a proper noun because philosophically it is a common noun. This being the case and universally interpreted marks it so with scholars of all lands. How are we to accept it as a race designation with the dignity which we must attach to every race designation? If we should accept it, would not the race always be subjected to the ridicule and the contempt of being the only race, dead or alive, which is looked upon and characterized as a common noun? That's from the article "Who Are We in the Voices of Negro" in 1906. All right, so I want to skip ahead real quick. I just really want to deal with the emphasis and the basis of the word Negro. In effect, Fortune here is arguing that the fact that the term Negro describes physical peculiarities of race rather than the naming of a race of a community's might. So there's a strange asymmetry that he sees in the usage in the term to describe people of African descent only. So while African American writers like Du Bois argued that the term Negro should be used as a proper noun and capitalized, Fortune was skeptical that such an effort would work again, And again, to be clear, while Fortune was not alone in his descending from Negro, the majority of the people of African descent, along with mainstream institutions, followed the Du Bois approach until well into the 1960s. Capitalizing Negro. There was historical debate over whether the word Negro should be capitalized. In its article on the history of the ethnonyms from the African American community, Tom W. Smith points out that the New York Times made the editorial decision to capitalize the word Negro. That started in 1930. In our style book, Negro was added to a list of words to be capitalized. It is not merely a typographical change. It is an act of recognition or racial self-respect for those who have been for generations in lowercase. The 1930 census was also the first to use the term Negro. Earlier census terms had used single letter designations. The term to capitalizing the word Negro suggests that mainstream institutions were in fact treating the term as a proper noun along the lines described above. So now it goes from Negro to Black, and it makes its argument. But remember, I'm trying to stay within the realms of Negro. All right. The term Negro historically refers to individuals of Black ancestry or appearance. It was widely accepted until the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s, when many African American leaders began to object to its use. They preferred the terms Black or African American, associating Negro. With the painful history of slavery and discrimination, over time, Negro became viewed as an outdated term, and it is diminished significantly. However, it remains in use in certain contexts, such as in the demographic data, where some older individuals still identify with the term. Here are a couple of examples of abatement. An older individual may identify as Negro when filling out a census form, reflecting their personal history and cultural identity. Second example is a historical civil rights case may reference the term Negro in discussions about racial discrimination laws. Hypothetical example. State by state, just a few, it's not a complete list. In California, generally prefers Black or African American. In Texas, older generations may still use Negro in some contexts. In New York, primarily uses Black or African American in legal contexts. Comparison with related terms. Negro, a historical term for people of Black ancestry, outdated in modern usage, appears in historical contexts. Just stand right there. Stand right there, ain't going too far. Stand right there, hit that like button. I'm going to open it up real quick. Some people believe Negro is still widely accepted. However, it is largely considered outdated. Others may confuse Negro with Black or African American, not recognizing the historical context. The end all be all is not understanding the historical context. I'm building up to something. Historical terms and why they matter. The history of racial terminology of the United States is older than the country itself. Since the early colonial era, terminology of people of African descent in particular has evolved, been contested, and remains malleable to this day. Terms such as colored, Negro, Black, and African American have come in and out of usage and acceptance for a number of reasons. To better understand the terms we used in No Turning Back, set in the early 1960s versus the term that are acceptable for the use today, we must think historically about how and why the terms have changed over time. For the sake of clarity, I will refer to people of African descent across time as Black Americans. I want y'all to process that. This word has been interchangeable and had different meanings over time, right? So when someone is asserting such, we have to have full clarity on understanding the use of the word in that particular era and what it meant at that particular time. During the early republic, the earliest mutual aid groups and schools for free and enslaved blacks adopted the broad term African as an identifier. The African Methodist Episcopal Church in Philadelphia was founded by black freedman Richard Allen, while the African Free School in New York was organized by founding fathers Alexander Hamilton and John Jay. In the Emancipation era, the post-Civil War period of newfound freedom and autonomy for the formerly enslaved, Black Americans shifted from inherited terms of racial categorizations to naming themselves. Colored was the dominant term through the mid and late 19th century, but freedmen adopted the term for themselves and as a marker of race pride. Historians trace it seemingly preferred to designations through black-led organizations such as the National Association of Colored Women's Club, National Association of Advance of Colored People, and that sprang up around the turn of the century. Should have processed that. Negro was born from the Romance language, French, Spanish, Latin, and Portuguese, and literally means black or dark. But its usage as a term of description of people dates back to Spanish colonization. Spanish colonial caste or caste system hierarchically categorized European, Native American, and mixed race populations in North and South America. The term Negro gained acceptance in the late 19th century with the promotions of black activists such as W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, the Harlem Renaissance writer Langston Hughes. Affirmations of the term is evident in the piercing line of 1926 essay, Why Should I Want to Be White? I am a Negro and beautiful, colored, and Negro were used somewhat interchangeably by black Americans, but by 1940, there were no new organizations that included the term colored in their title, indicating another shift. Instead, organizations such as the National Council of Negro Women, Negro Youth Council of 1937 became commonplace. Black activists preferred Negro over colored, as the latter lacks specificity given the growing racial diversity of the country. Negro also encompassed those with African ancestry and was preferred over mulatto, another inherited word of Spanish origin that was considered offensive by the 20th century. By 1950, while Negro was a dominant term by black Americans dignifiably identified themselves, it was not without tension. In addition to its origins within the Spanish colonial caste system, the word has even more complicated history because the derivative racial epithet came into fashion during the 1800s and for many reasons remains extremely offensive today. Let's go to Jack D. Forbes' American Indian and African People. It's a book. Nope, it's not the African and Native Americans book that we're going to get into a little bit in just a little bit. It is another book by Jack D. Forbes that many people don't even use or reference. There's a reason for this, right? What's going on, Vyasa? What up, Real from the Fold? There's a reason for this. Remember, we're dealing with the Tale of Two Negros, so let's identify who we actually are. So, in the first book that I mentioned, American Indian and African American People, Communities and Otherwise, he writes in the introduction of this book, American Indians and people of African origin have extensive contact throughout history of the Americas. These interactions have occurred in all areas of North and South America, and in just about every possible context. While the interactions of whites and the American Indians and separately whites with African Americans have been studied extensively, the contacts between Indians and blacks have remained until recently a largely unexplored aspect of the recorded histories of both groups. These interactions reveal communication, alliances, an agency between the two groups, or a neglected layer of North American history that for too long has been overlooked and deliberately ignored. Interest in this topic is growing rapidly, both as a field of academic research and as a people of multiracial African American and American Indian backgrounds. Notice there's a separation and classification between these two groups. Voice interest in researching their own unique histories, but material can be difficult to locate because of the ways the libraries and the research database organize information. Only online library catalogs, article databases, indexes, and a World Wide Web have made library research much different than in the past, and in many cases more efficient and exact when properly used. When properly used. But there are still subjects that are made no less difficult to locate with electronic resources. These online tools are still dependent on the original library organizational methods of using the control vocabulary to catalog, classify, and identify material. In the process of organizing is not done properly and accurately, rather in a paper format or electronic, the search will not be successful. Complicating this issue further is the fact that mainstream terminology changes over time. Let me zoom in. Complicating this issue further is the fact that mainstream terminology changes over time. African Americans, for example, have in the past been referred to as Moors, Negroes, colored, and Afro-Americans. Peep this. American Indians can be referred to as Indians, American Indians, Native Americans, Indigenous people, and by the names of individual tribe communities or governments. See, we just dealt with this situation the other day, but no one really wanted to pay attention to it. So I'm going to say it one more time. American Indians can be referred to as Indians, American Indians, Native Americans, Indigenous people, and by the names of the individual tribe communities or governments. So when someone posed the question, who are you talking to, or on these in these YouTube streets and on Facebook and etc., they like to say, we are the American Indians and the Native Americans are separate. No. American Indians are referred to as Indians, American Indians, Native Americans, Indigenous peoples. Let's keep it going. Subject cataloging is often inadequate for Native American issues alone. But when one attempts to search for information on the intertwined histories of African Americans and Native Americans, the issues are magnified even further. It was with these limitations in mind that the bibliography was compiled. This is the bibliography of books, articles, dissertations, websites, and videos containing information on interaction between African American and Native American people and communities of in the United States and Canada. It was originally intended to be a comprehensive bibliography, but in the final publication, certain items have undoubtedly been unintentionally overlooked, and some had to be intentionally omitted to limit the size of the work. The terms American Indian, Native American, and Indian are used here interchangeably, although whenever possible the name of a relevant tribal group will be used, as opposed to a more generic term. The terms African American and Black are used interchangeably, while African is used to refer to the people who are identified as having been born in Africa. Black Indian or Indian Black is used as a shorthand for African American and Native American. Throw them foes up. Oh, I got the other Jack D. Forbes book. I'm gonna get into it, but Tyron ain't he don't read that book. And I'm gonna show you again how they don't read that book. Throw your foes up for real in the chat. Put them foes up, man. Show y'all how to do it. Just put the foes up. You know what I'm saying? Just put the foes in the chat. For real, real from the foe. We dealing with real from the foe. So y'all gotta put the foes in the chat for Brother Real. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Now, the bibliography is divided into 7 chapters. Most of the chapters are geographic in scope, although it must be pointed out that many Indian groups were extremely mobile and migrated a greater distance, often against their will. As a result, certain groups may be found in more than one chapter. For example, information on the Iroquois can be found in both the Northeast and Canada chapters. See, y'all was over there playing, right? I was over here getting serious. The first chapter covers items that present summaries of general discussions of Indian-Black interaction. Northeast included New England and New York. Mid-Atlantic refers to Delaware and Maryland. The Upper South includes all the groups north of Georgia, including the 5 tribes. The Deep South chapters focuses on all the southern groups, excluding the 5 tribes. The 5 groups, often referred to as the 5 civilized tribes or simply the 5 tribes, the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole, are found in 6 chapters. The 5 tribes have had the most written about their interactions with African Americans, and items pertaining to them make up the bulk of the bibliography. As a result of the large amount of resources on these 5 groups, each has a chapter. The 5 tribes chapter includes all the items that they were written about in the 5 tribes, generally without specifically focusing on a group or to refer to more than one. I'm letting you know what this particular book is about. And this is a book by Jack D. Forbes. It's not ever mentioned by people because they don't want to realize it. And it is in the introduction that he sets the stage for who he's talking to, and he makes clear, very, 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 very clear that there are 2 groups of people. There is no Negro Indian and a Negro African. He already defined what that is in one of his earlier publications. So now that he sets the stage for that, right? Just look. American Indian, African American interactions. He's telling us how to proceed forward. So we can't cherry pick and go through things and then make it seem like this ain't what he meant or this ain't what he said in his own work. Nah, we're going to get directly to it. Hey, y'all tripping in the chat, man. I asked y'all put y'all foes in the chat for my brother Real, man. Come on, show the brother Real from the foe some love, man. Y'all had all that to say. Now y'all listening and shit, working and listening. All right, I got it. All right, so this is in one book. I'm going to come back to it if I need to get into a discussion with somebody because it's crazy how this all go. Right? It's crazy how this all go. Let's get to the book Ling Ling like to use. We ain't playing no games. Appreciate that, Vyasa. In Jack D. Forbes' book, Africans and Native Americans. And this is going to be page 11. It might be an earlier page in the actual book. But this is the entire book, all 433 pages of the book. Made readily available to y'all again in the description. Both books. If you need to download one book, I made it available for you to download the one book and then grab the link to this book and you'll get the book and you can download this book too. The unraveling of misconceptions is almost as important as the creation of new conceptions. It would seem as this is nowhere more true than in the realm of race relation. So before one can seriously reconstruct Black or African, Native American contacts, one must clear away a lot of mistakes. Mistakes arising out of the very nature of the discourse in a racial colonial setting, as well as mistakes arising from the assumption that the current meaning assigned to racial terms have an equal validity for the past. As the reader will see, there is hardly a racial term which has a clear and consistent meaning over time and space. For example, the term Indian or Indio has been applied to many peoples, including the Indians of South Asia, as well as all the groups found in the West Indies, the Americas, and the East Indies, Filipino, Chinese, Japanese, etc. The term Negro has been applied to Black Africans. The term Negro has been applied to Black Africans, the Indians of India, Native Americans and Japanese, and slaves of whatever ancestry. Black has been used for all the above for non-whites in general. What up, Canaan? What up, Infinite? By way of illustration and attempting to grapple with the problem of Black African Native American mixture, and especially with the question of what extent African Americans throughout the Americas are a part of American Indian, it is first necessary to focus upon a classification of such racial or ethnic terms as were used in the colonial and clearly national periods. Key terms such as mulatto, pardo, colored, free colored, Negro, Zambo or Sambo, musty or mestizo. As noted, many modern writers, whether popular or scholarly, have simply assumed that they could transfer 16th, 17th, or 18th century racial terms to contemporary usage without any critical examination of the meaning. This is in Jack D. Forbes' book. Ling Ling, all you abos, all y'all claiming to always been in the Americas, who read Jack D. Forbes' book, this is where you make the mistake. He highlights it. He tells you himself in his own words. Many modern writers, whether popular or scholarly, have simply assumed that they could transfer a 16th century definition of the word, 17th century definition of the word, or an 18th century definition of the word, or even a 21st century definition of a word, to racial terms to contemporary usage without any critical examination of meaning. For example, right? Because y'all don't get it if it ain't on the colors. What up, Nat? We throwing up foes for real. For example, it has been assumed generally that a mulatto of, let us say, 1600 would be the same racial background as a mulatto of 1865. What in the hell did you just say, Jack D. Forbes? Run that back. According to the main source y'all want to always argue with to try to insert yourselves as always being in the Americas, Jack D. Forbes says It has been assumed generally that a mulatto of, let us say, the 1600s would be the same racial background as a mulatto of 1865 or of 1900, or that a colored person of 1830 would be the same as a colored person in 1930. So for you mother freakers out there running around here talking about y'all are the Negroes de terror, you don't even know that the word that was used in the 1600s ain't the same word that you trying to use in the 21st century. Online, on social media, running around here trying to make up a whole mythological story about your existence being in the Americas before the white people got here. And yeah, I'm talking to Vernell too, because you love the crayon box. Yodi, you love the crayon box. Huh? A1, AP, smoked out, crackhead, dose, what's the boy name? Tizzle Kizzle, Bottom Kittens, Queef Holiday, The Research Lie, Fat Ass Dane, look like you on that Ozempic. Y'all been running around here talking about the word Negro and carrying its meaning through centuries without any critical examination of the word. This according to Jack D. Forbes. I ain't making it up. 111 lie. We can name them all, y'all. We can name them all. But we ain't gonna do that. So, what does he continue to say? Moreover, it has also been assumed that the terms such as free Negro and free colored can be used interchangeably, and that one could, in more recent usage, substitute it for free black for either of these, not without critical examination. Come on, man. Aboriginal coward is the facts. Nah, you know his name is Calvin Denzel Roberts. We got his name. Is everybody else who be hiding their names, their identities? I'm taking my hoodie off. Many prominent writers have, it seems, been very lax in their failure to consider that the meaning of a word is never a timeless, eternal constant, but rather is a constantly evolving, changing pointer. I'm reading real slow like this for a reason, because I need you to digest what Jack D. Forbes has just told y'all. He said many prominent writers have, it seems, been very lax in the failure to consider that the meaning of a word is never a timeless, eternal constant. See, you got these boys over there, Mike TV. You got all them over there. Mike TV use it too. He over there talking about Jack D. Forbes shit too, talking about they always been here. These people have failed to consider the meaning of the word. It's never timeless. It's never eternal constant. But see, it's rather is a constantly evolving, changing pointer. This is why we say in a debate that these fools commit etymological fallacies, because they are trying to take the word and make it mean what it mean today. And it don't mean what you want to make it mean, player. You can't do that to that word. You can't do that to that word. Thus, the word coach, as used in the 19th century, this is how I know they ain't read Jack D. Ford's work. The word coach, as used in the 19th century, stagecoach or other horse-drawn vehicles, then later a railway coach, has today become something different. For example, motor coach. I'm going to run it back so y'all can peep what he's saying to you in this beginning of the book. Thus, the word coach. Let's think about the word coach. If I ran up on y'all right now and be like, hey, what's up with that coach? Or you been in that coach, you not gonna think about a stagecoach, which is a horse-drawn vehicle. You ain't thinking nowhere like it. You ain't thinking about a railway coach. You probably damn near ain't even thinking about a motor coach. But look how that word, the meaning of that word has traveled over time and has many different meanings and interpretations later on. It is the same way with the shit we arguing with these fools about every day. The word coach, as used in the 19th century, stagecoach or other horse-drawn vehicles, then later a railway coach, has today become something different. For example, motor coach. And while we can trace the obvious connections between stagecoach, railway coach, and motor coach, it is still quite clear that we would be badly mistaken to interpret get on the coach of 1840 for the example is meaning get on the bus of 1960. And of course, the term coach has other meanings today aside from motor coach. Y'all can clip that. Y'all can clip that. You can put that shit on TikTok. You can put that on Snapchat. You can make a reel, whatever y'all want to do. You can run back that whole 90 seconds and make it do what it do. We may think we know what the word Negro means today. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's talk about it. We may think we know what the word Negro means today, but do we know what it meant in 1800 in Virginia? Who know what the fucking word meant in 1800 in Virginia? And did it mean the same as colored? The answer to these questions is not and cannot be an exercise in deductive logic or prior reasoning. It is rather an empirical problem which can only be solved by discovering through documentary and other evidence exactly how such terms were used. This is not an easy task for reasons which will become clear later. In short, we cannot move historiographically from word to word or concept to concept across the centuries. We must instead actually engage in the primary data in the order to touch reality. Everybody want to use Jack D. Forbes. Everybody want to use Jack D. Fizzle. Look, this is what's on the screen. Why is this here? Why? Negroes de terror, blacks of the land, phrase used in Americas. Still ain't found that shit being used in the Americas. Then he turns around and says Negro de Indias Occidentals, American Negro. Then he goes Terra dos Negros, land of the blacks, sub-Saharan Africa, Negros de Guinea, African Negro. Y'all is making this shit up every day. Every damn day. and misrepresenting Jack D. Forbes, because before Jack D. Forbes, there was no Negro de Terra being talked about. But Jack D. Forbes says, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. Oh, you don't believe me? Hold on, let me get it to you how Jack really saying it. You feel me? I'm feeling, yeah. Let's deal with it. Let me see if I got it up here. Oh, I ain't got it loaded. Dang. I would have put it on here, but y'all done heard it before with a fat dude by the church. He get there saying, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. I'm gonna have to upload that one. So let's get back to this. Then he goes on to say, when we discovered that one of Sir Francis Drake's pilots, not an airline pilot, incidentally, but in 1595 was Lasleno Denuncian Mulatto and sailed from Plymouth, England. Although being an islander in origin, we should not picture him as if he were a mulatto of 1981 or of the 1900s. His precise racial background is not established by the use of the term mulatto. As we shall see, we must ascertain from other evidence, if we can, what the Spanish author meant by his usage of this category. During the summer of 1981, newspapers in the United States carried stories about blacks rioting in British cities. What they failed to tell their readers was that in Britain today, the term black is applied not only to Africans or West Indies of whatever shade of mixture, but also to people of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and even to Latin Americans. For example, a very light-skinned Chilean lady refugee living in Oxford was surprised to be referred to as a black. Her dark hair, Spanish accent, and immigrant status has caused her to become black, at least to some English contacts. I have before men appealed to drop all charges against black youth, which refers to the arrest of some young Asians in Bradford during the summer of 1981. You see how they go? You gotta know what the author is saying and what the author's use of the word is based on the historical context of the word in that time. So when you see some shit like Negroes de Terra and Negroes de Guinea, you need to know in what context is the author saying this shit. This ain't according to me. This is according to the author himself, whose words and work people are misrepresenting and using against people in America to try to make themselves feel like they always been in America. This modern British usage, where the usage extends well back into the early years, reflects very vividly the problem of assuming that English terms such as black, Negro, mulatto, or colored can be interpreted easily when found in documents of early eras. See, that's where the mistake come in. When the Europeans first established intensive contacts with Africans and part Africans, they met people with a great variety of physical characteristics. This was especially true in the Iberian Peninsula and the Mediterranean era, but undoubtedly many of the Moors, quote unquote, and blackamoors, quote unquote, who came to England in Shakespeare's day were of the North African as well as sub-Saharan background and from many distinct nations. Later in the 16th century and the 17th century, diversity was also encountered as when most English vessels sailing to the Caribbean dropped anchor at the Cabo Verde Islands. One writer in 1647 commented on the extreme variability of the physical types met there and the great beauty of the mixed Cabo Verde. We must realize, therefore, that at the very beginning of the modern period, racial terms as used by Iberians and as acquired by the English were going to refer to part African peoples who might not only have features of the Gulf of Guinea, variable as they are, but also every conceivable combination of Central African, Ibero-African, Afro-Arabic, and American African mixtures. And for our purposes, it is important to stress that many Africans from the Sahel or Savannah belt, like the Hausa, etc., as well as from parts of East Asia, sometimes resemble American African hybrids with various combinations of high cheekbones, prominent Achillean noses, semi-way or bushy hair, oriental eye shapes, etc. Why is this important? Simply because many part American, part African persons with no European ancestries could easily be subsumed under a racial term applicable to pure-blood Africans and would not in any case be especially recognizable to most observers as being part American. The predominant physical type of the slaves brought in from Africa may have been that of coastal West Africa, but enough variability existed so that the terms such as blackamoor, Negro, and black cannot a priori be assumed to be useful for determining precise genetic identity. What up, Marvelous? Shabaka was good. So, many color terms such as dark, swarthy, and brown, are also quite ambiguous, as should be obvious. See in 1756, the list of militiamen in the King and the Queen County of Virginia, for example, one finds, in addition to fair-complexioned persons, Thomas Delaney as dark, Benjamin Wilson as dark, James Willimore as brown, John Major as brown, John Kemp as swarthy, but with light hair and freckles, John Evans as dark, and Richard Riddle as dark. All or most of these men were born in Virginia, and several were planters. Were they part American or part African? Certainly we cannot judge their race from such color reference alone. Similar in 1768, an advertisement appeared in New Jersey for an apprentice lad named John Foster, born in the Jerseys, around 5'8", and a dark complexion and pitted with smallpox, wears his hair with a false queue to it. In any case, the colonial state courts in the United States frequently had difficulty in determining exact racial status. In 1859, North Carolina court called in a planter as an expert who could distinguish between the descendants of a Negro and a white person, and the descendants of a Negro and an Indian. He could also allegedly differentiate between a pure African and a white cross or an Indian cross. Unfortunately, most of us today lack that kind of expertise. Whatever phenotypical features are seized upon as evidence providing proof. In our efforts to reconstruct the story of Black African Native American relations, it is necessary then to begin with an analysis of the evolution of the meaning of racial terms. For only in this way can we hope to identify people of American and African ancestry in the past. But the study of words alone does not, in fact, reveal the subtleties of actual usage. Um, and thus, I have to delve into many aspects of Native American, Black African history in order to reconstruct the environments in which racial and color terms have evolved and been given a new or different content. The reader will find a great deal of social and cultural history of Afro Americans and Native Americans in this work, woven together with broad social histories as it relates to colonialism, slavery, and racism. But the primary purpose of this study is not to write a comprehensive account of Native American African relations, but rather to establish a sound empirical and conceptual basis for further study in this area, and more importantly, to demonstrate beyond any doubt that old assumptions must be set aside. You mother freakers, with these biases, you gotta set your bias aside. Can you do that? I just want to know if you can set your biases aside, bro. I'm looking in the chat. I'm trying to see. Finally, I hope that this study of inter-ethnic contact and racial classifier will lead to the progress in the field of human rights by highlighting and clarifying a major area of abuse, the arbitrary and often racist practice of defining the identities of other human beings by powerful outsiders as well as by the governments and institutions. Jack told y'all from in the introduction, from the 11th page to the 14th page, exactly, hold on, my bad, exactly what the freak he meant when he is distinguishing between the two groups. There you go. This book right here for y'all. All of that shit was said in the introduction of his book. And not one time did y'all ever read the introduction of his book. It sets the stage for you to only deal with the meaning of the word in the context and when it is considered. You cannot, you will not get around what I just did to you. Yeah, it's in the introduction, bro. So if you got the audio, it's the last 4 pages of the introduction. That's it. Hit the like button. So before I go any further, I just wanted to make it crystal clear that this whole notion that there's a different Negro in America than it is in Africa is crazy. We descend from the people in Africa. What does make us uniquely different, right? The Negro in America, what makes us uniquely different is because our admixture, that percentage of European DNA that shows up in us, that don't show up in West and Central Africans. It don't. That's what makes us uniquely different. That's why we're African American. Your ass ain't no Indian. Your ass ain't no native. Your ass ain't autochthonous. Indigenous, Aboriginals, none of that shit. You was never a Mayan. You was never an Inca. You was never none of that. Give them people they shit back. Clearly, you don't know what's going on. So that's why I just went to Jack D. Forbes and says, man, I ain't even got to argue with these fools. Just reread his own words. It's 4 pages. He tells you. I gave you 2 books from Jack D. Forbes. Easy work. Now I'm going to come back to this other book. Hold on one second. His other book is just giving you instances of stuff that you can go look and find out. But the reason for this is because he makes a clear distinction between the classifications of the people that he's referring to. So I want to give you an example of one thing. So R. Durham Smallwood, A History of the Three Cultures, Indian Woods, North Carolina, 1585 to 1995. Yes, you heard me correctly. A History of Three Cultures. It says the history of Indian Woods section of Bertie County, North Carolina, looking at all 3 major populations, Native American, Black, and White. Initial contact between the African and Native populations came between 1650 and 1710, when the two were commonly enslaved. Together. By the early 1800s, most of the local Tuscarora had immigrated to New York State, but pockets remained that intermarried with the black population in other states. That the remaining Tuscaroras were very active in sheltering runaway black slaves. Slave descendants still reside in Indian Woods. That's an example. He gave you 3 classifications of people. He didn't say the Negro of this, the Negro of that. He called the Indians Native Americans. And the whole time we arguing with people that says we ain't Native Americans. Those are the mestizos. We is the copper color people. We is the true American Indian. You fucking fool. Here go another account. Recounts the very involved life story of Sylvester Long of North Carolina, probably a Lumbee white and black ancestry. Damn. He said this motherfucker mixed up. He got all 3 in him. Who reinvented himself as the first Sylvester Long land senator and then as a Blackfoot Chief Buffalo Child. He became a journalist, lecturer, athlete, aviator, author, silent film actor, and public figure. Long's family denies having African ancestry, but they simply said he was white, Lumbee, and black ancestry. But they denied the Africanness, the Lumbee. But under the binary racial classification system of the early 20th century South, which only recognized 2 groups, right? Because they keep on trying to hit you with the Walter Plecker shit. They only recognize 2 groups. The family could not be considered white. They couldn't be considered white. So you only had white and then you had blacks. This is where all the confusion comes in at, is because they wouldn't let the mother freaking Native Americans identify as white. And they didn't want to be the Negro black. So, and were therefore classified as colored and then often referred to as Negro. Killing you softly. Strumming my pain with his fingers one time. Come on, man. Just kill him softly. Just kill him. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill him softly. But hold on, just 1 second, because I'm feeling like Lucky somewhere in the area. Where you at, Swift?
Let's go. On your ass, fuck, nigga. I ain't finna wait no time. Let go. Hey, I can't keep listening to dude. I heard you shadow ban my nigga, cause you out this bitch faking views. You broke as fuck in this bitch, probably dropped out of school. Now you on this bitch, tryna go viral off faking news. He do this shit for clout, that's why he got to reading this shit in his videos. These niggas ain't even big enough, that's why I drop subliminals. These niggas ain't even big enough, that's why I draw subliminals. You just a pseudo coon. Hey, most of these niggas broken and illiterate, they can't even read the room. He say the Vikings black, my niggas sound like a damn fool. Everything you got came from a white man, that BYU. You just a Jehovah's Witness and Mormonite. He think that he a Jacobite, but this nigga think he a Lamanite. Your skin black, nigga, they think you living with the curse. You always lying, you ain't monetized, nigga, you ain't got no purpose. I'm laughing out loud, nigga, you like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You got a mask on. You quote niggas in your source like that's a big foundation. It's pseudo watch your mouth, nigga, and it's full of self-hatred. Again, you 12 hours straight. No citation. I ain't arguing with this nigga ain't got no translation. He saying copper color, but he penny picture broke. All your sources that you quote is straight Reddit posts. You panel hopping all night, I ain't arguing with no joke. Flat earth logic, these niggas ain't even Bill Nye pseudo. Say you sorry, nigga, but you ain't, nigga, fuck that. Nigga citing Jake, nigga, hey, he citing Frank Joseph, nigga, like that's the history. Talking about Egypt was in America, nigga, that ain't no mystery. Bitch, you sound dumb as fuck. What you talking about, Memphis?
Well, you know that ain't a lot of cities out there.
What you talking about, Cairo, Illinois?
I'm just saying, we got a lot of cities out here that's named after that stuff, bro.
Dummy. Nigga be all this dumbass shit ain't even been across the country. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about shit when you ain't getting no money. Nigga.
Come on, man. This is what we're dealing with. No scholarship. Here go another account. From Sylvester Long to Chief Buffalo Child Long Lance. In Being and Becoming Indian, Biographical Studies of North American Frontiers, edited by James A. Clifton, Chicago, the Dorsey Press in 1989. Life of Sylvester Long, Lumbee Indian with possible African American ancestry who claimed to be Blackfoot Chief. The Eugenic Assault of America. The scenes in red, white, and black. Fairfax, Virginia, George Mason University. Describes ways in which racial classification systems have been used to create the appearance of fewer American Indians by reclassifying them as blacks. Looks at the racial purity movement of the 1920s, its proponents, and the effects of the movement had on the Indian communities of Virginia. Only Virginia. Discussing the writings and the motives behind the Arthur East Handbrake and Ivan V. McDougall's book, Mongrel Virginians, about the Indians of Amherst County, Virginia. Croton's preferred ignorance to Negro schools. Robinson Indians classed as Negroes 48 years ago. We have the examples. So yeah, y'all want to take the information like this and then try to flip it. All the while, they know who the Indians are and who the Negroes are. This is Jack D. Forbes' book, bro. All he do is go by and give you every account where there was an Indian and African interaction. That's all this other book that I gave y'all, that's all this shit is about. That's all it's about. Like right here. The Chickahominy, The Changing Culture of the Virginia Community, Proceedings of the American Philosophical Society, 96, number 2, 1952, 157 to 225, discusses the history of the Chickahominy Indians of Virginia, including interaction with blacks. States that Chickahominy who married blacks were generally ostracized from the group. Also discusses issues of racial classification that place blacks and American Indians in the same racial category, much to the pleasure of the Chickahominy. We don't lie over here. Look at this. The Mooligans. American History Illustrated 8, number 7, 1973, 3845. Looks at the triracial groups of the Southeast, describing them as being a mixture of what? Black, white, and Indian. Man, that's all he did with this other work y'all never knew he had. Is he gave you the examples in a whole nother book, and you stupid mofos did not understand it. And the Br'er Rabbit pops up. From Bobtail to Br'er Rabbit, Native American influences on Uncle Remus. So, do y'all remember seeing this name Remus? Anybody remember seeing this name Remus? Know where it's at? I put a post up the other day about this Remus name. It's a first name, Remus Adams. But I'm going to let y'all marinate on that. It says it argues that Uncle Remus stories recorded by Joel Chandler Harris, varieties of appearing both African American and American Indian folklore are of American Indian origin, not African. This is what he argues. That early interactions that occurred when Indians and Africans were simultaneously enslaved led to black adoptions of the stories. That's what he argued. But we all know where the Br'er Rabbit story come from. But there was an argument by someone that tried to strip the origins of that away. American Indian and African American interactions include some examples of how African slaves might have interacted with American Indians in early colonial Virginia. It just keeps going on and on and on, and that's the slavery at the Carter's Grove in the early 18th century. So yeah, Jack D. Forbes is telling you we know who the people are. Now, one time in Jack D. Forbes' work is he saying that you Negroes always been here. He's never made the assertion. He never made the claim at all. And y'all misrepresent his work like that, and it's kind of real crazy. Patterns in the history of remaining Southeast Indians, 1840 to 1975. The Southeast Indians since the removal era, edited by Walter L. Williams, Athens University of Georgia, discusses African American and Native American interaction today, the results of the South's biracial classification system, and the need for further study of Black and Indian contacts. We know what's going on here, but some kind of way, he said that's a Chicago chicken spot. But some kind of way, y'all on the other side of this argument don't know it. You're denying your ancestry. You're denying it flat out. We have all these different accounts. Notice that every time I'm reading something about Indian and African American interactions, they're not saying that there's a Negro de Terra or a Negro de Guinea in sight. They know exactly who the Negroes are, where they come from, and they ain't alienating it. And they ain't saying these Negroes always been here either. So whoever created this, the audacity of your stupidity is one of the biggest issues that I personally have with all of y'all. Because you can't create and make up shit. Because these words have meanings. They have meanings in those times. And in those times, they mean something totally different than how you're trying to portray it to mean today. Remember when I told you my chicken? What up, Cujo? My chicken Muhammad grandmother was ostracized for marrying my grandfather. You did say that, Cujo. Yep. And I know I heard that before. Because when I read the Chicken Muhammad, you're the only person that I know ever say that or even bring them up. With Indian slavery in Carolina region, Journal of Negro History looks at the conditions under which Indians and Africans were enslaved together in colonial South Carolina and North Carolina. Bye-bye, bitches. Let's go further. Black majority, Negroes in colonial South Carolina from 1670 through the Stoner Rebellion. A focused history of blacks in South Carolina includes important clues to interactions between Africans and Native Americans during the early colonial periods. Oh. Growing Up Red, the Lumbee Experience, uses oral histories of over 70 Lumbee elders to explore Lumbee history and culture. Includes a section on colonial Indian black interaction that explores how whites moved to create animosity between two groups and states the Lumbee are for the most part isolated from blacks. Big up Virginia, what Real from the Folk said. Man, I'm just giving y'all account after account. This is Jack D. Ford's book. 282 pages. Now we're finna go to the deep south. The deep south, where they had these accounts. New Orleans, Black Indians, a case study in the arts, Huntington Beach. This documentary video suggests that the practice of African Americans masquerading in costumes as Indians began in the 1880s. Oh, we talking about the famous Mardi Gras in 1880s and springs from a time when black slaves took shelter with Louisiana Indians and with some Plain Indians who had come to New Orleans. There go your Mardi Gras. There you go, Caleb. There go your hometown, the Big Easy. Mention right there for you. Yeah. Hold up. Hold on 1 second. Moving on. Juan Garrido, El Conquistador, Negro in Las Latentes, Florida, Mexico, California, 1502 to 1540. San Juan de Puerto Rico, Acento de Estudios Avanzados de Puerto Rico, y the Carib. The Carib. Puerto Rico and the Caribbeans. Garrido, thought to be a free black born in West Africa, visited Florida with Ponce de Leon in 1513 and 1521 in Spanish. "50 Years in Chains, or A Life of an American Slave in Indianapolis" by Dayton describes a Georgia slave who considered running away to join the Indians in Florida. The Spirit of Black Hawk, A Mystery of the Africans and the Indians. Jackson University Press of Mississippi looks at certain African American spiritualist churches in New Orleans founded by Indian and black women named Mother Leafy Anderson. The churches contain shrines to Sauk warrior Black Hawk. Woo-hoo. Boy, they showing that in action. And y'all boy think y'all really been here before these people? Man, y'all out y'all mind. J.D. Forbes ain't mentioned not one source yet that involves a fourth classification of a people that always been here. he always mentioning whites, Native Americans, and the blacks being of African descent. Briefly discussed the maroon communities that developed in the South where they were located, racial makeup, and various tribes that incorporated free or escaped blacks into their communities. Man, I done dropped that link in the chat like 5 times. What up, Drake Kid? What you thanking me for? What you thanking me for, bro? What I do? I'm just providing the truth. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to make up nothing. We ain't got to lie. We ain't got to do none of that shit. We just stick to the motherfucking facts. Y'all want me to keep beating y'all upside the head? Abos? Or y'all got some information and y'all want to talk about it? The history and general description of New France discusses the Natchez Indian uprisings of 1729, stating that the Natchez harmed few black slaves while killing French colonists because they were interested in selling the slaves to the English. Here we go, ethnogenesis of New Homer, Louisiana, Indians. Looks at Homer Indians today, who are descended from the Indians, white and black groups. Despite an oral tradition indicating Homer ancestry, the Bureau of Indian Affairs ruled that the group had no connection to the historical Homer tribe. Discusses how Louisiana's racial classification laws influenced the group's identity. Also looks at the court cases related to blacks and Indians in context to inheritance of property and segregation in education. Who joined the panel? Dear brother Cool Joe, big up Virginia. You on mute? On mute.
Yeah, big up Virginia, man. Goddamn. Go, boy. You ever in this motherfucker cooking with some goddamn grease? Yeah, big up Virginia, man. Goddamn.
Your YouTube on. You good? You gotta mute your YouTube. Talia Reyes. The book that I'm reading right now is American Indian and African Peoples Communities and Interactions. It is a book by Jack D. Forbes. This is the other book by Jack D. Forbes that none of the fake ass Abos, Indigenous, Ontogenists, American, black folk online bring up.
Yeah, bro. You cooking with some grease, bro. Real shit. Damn.
Yeah. And the reason that I'm doing that is because he telling you where to go get the rest of the work at, bro. So he giving you the source and then telling you the interaction between the classifications of people. And he's breaking it down. So if he done did all of this, he done made it easy. This book right here, it's 282 pages. But he done did all the work. All you gotta go do is go grab it. Whatever he put up here, you find a people of color in Louisiana, the Journal of Negro History. Go to the page and reference. You'll find out everything you need to find out in more context. It is clearly going to separate the Negro or the people of color from the Indians, and it's going to tell you that they ain't got nothing to do with one another. And then if they were ad mixing, then it's going to tell you that they were ad mixing. But he did all the work, and people running around here trying to play these games. They knew nothing about this work. I'm over here like, hold on, we gonna just. That what made me do it though was when I seen that bullshit I posted, man. When that dude made the Facebook this bullshit. I said, hold on, bro, enough of this bullshit. The whole Negroes the terror, Negroes the guinea. You don't even know what Jack talking about, bro.
Oh God. Occidental means west. That's all it means. That's just for the record. That's all it means. It means west. They just try to be so fancy, and God, man, this shit is just too sad.
I ain't even want to get into Occidentals though.
Yeah.
I ain't want to get into that word. I was just saying, you know what? Fuck all that. Let me just deal with the two Negroes. The Tale of the Two Negros is pseudo, bro. We descend from the people on the right, and we ain't already here. The one they call an American Negro is not the American Negro that it's not. You're not Indians. There are people who assimilated amongst the natives, the indigenous peoples in specific areas, and there are people that also interbred with those people because naturally that's what we gonna do. You gonna see something fine, she gonna be looking sexy, and you gonna nail her to the cross.
And people gonna screw. I mean, you put people together, the people gonna screw. But they bring that up as if that Negro de Terra was used everywhere. That was only used in Brazil and very early on, not like throughout the the colonization of Brazil. That was just used very early on. Not it was never used in Virginia ever. It was
Ever.
never used. It was never, oh God, man, this is ridiculous. God, what is this? Man? Hey, I don't have this book. I got the other jump, the Jack Four book, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, ain't no thing. No, I'm gonna make sure everybody got to work. And they can't, guess what? And if we see them using it, you know where they
Yeah,
got it from.
yeah, because they can just take a little piece out of it. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying, and give it to those of us who don't do any type of research. You know what I'm saying, because it's something you want to hear.
Yep.
Wow, you got this PDF.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's in the description.
Word, word,
Yeah,
word.
all you gotta do is you know
Appreciate
where to
that.
get it at.
That's what it is,
Yeah,
Charlie.
I put it right there and there. Anything you need to grab. Even
And the
even just
Blessing Game book. I got that. I got the Blessing Game, the slave community. You brought that up, man. You kicking all types of field goals like you played, like you didn't play for the Ravens.
that.
Straight up, Shad.
But
Oh
yeah, I
God.
mean, this whole book, look, just keep going. He dedicated a whole book to American Indian and African American peoples dealing with each other because there is work, and that's why he said that there's this subject hasn't been so researched, but there's work out there, but it's not a place that provides you with all of it.
Yeah, because to be honest, a lot of actual American Indians, they kind of write it off now, and they try to write off that ambush as if it didn't happen.
Yep.
But it did happen. But they try to write it off, bruh. I mean, I know you heard me say this over the years. My grandmother was literally. It took. You don't have like everybody shut her out. I'm not saying that, but it took her getting murked in real life, and my mom got paralyzed. It's the same person shot both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it took that to happen for them. That's how come I have a close affiliation with them because when that happened to my mother and my grandmother, they came and got me out of some guilt shit. You know what I'm saying? Them chicken harm me for. And that's why, I have this little affinity with them because I grew up with them more than my siblings did because I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they straight up ostracized her from marrying my grandfather. I know you heard me say that before. And then
Yeah.
just to see it in print, I got excited and shit. To see somebody else say it. I was saying that for years. It's the truth. For real. Like, for real. Like, and a lot of those women did it. You know what I'm saying? Because the black men were getting jobs and working hard and, you know what I mean? Moving to Richmond from Charles City, where they from. It's probably about 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But it's not 30 minutes on the highway. It's 30 minutes country road. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It ain't that far, but it's a little further because you got country road type shit. You know what I'm saying? And but that was their mission to get up, to get to the city here in Baltimore, like straight up, and Norfolk too. Wow.
Go ahead, bro. I ain't trying to interrupt, bro. When you say you ain't nobody come on. I mean, I'm hooked. You know what I mean? I just got to
Yeah.
go get me a beer because I'm gonna drink to this.
He said I'm gonna drink, man, do whatever and stay on the panel.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink to this, bro.
Yeah, you know. We here to see what the argument is. If they really want to keep using J.D. Forbes, then we're gonna use J.D. Forbes. And J.D. Forbes gonna tell you what he meant. So you can't
Ain't
use
none of them
Negro
niggas
terror.
coming up, bro.
Yeah, you can't use, I know they ain't. You can't use Negro terror and try to make it cross centuries.
Cross centuries, thousands of miles of land and ocean. You
finna make Negroes the terror cross centuries. You're gonna take the 16th century meaning of the word Negro and make it mean the 21st century of the word, or the night. We can go back to 19. We'll do that.
You be generous.
You cook. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank.
Yo, no question.
Look what it say right here. Freedmen in Indian Territory post-Civil War dilemma. Journal of the West 4. Looks at Reconstruction in Indian Territory and the results of 1866 treaties signed by each of the 5 tribes with the U.S. government. Treaties gave the freedmen of each tribe citizenship, but the tribes reacted in a range of ways, from accepting their new citizens to rejecting them. Specifically looks at the Choctaw and Chickasaw, whose treaties gave them the option of having the freedmen removed from their nation. And that's why you had this whole thing about certain groups of people and dealing with them. What are the Muskegee people? What are they? Ain't they Choctaw?
They're Seminoles. That's the Creek.
Yeah,
Muskegee.
Creek.
Yeah, it's the Creek.
Yeah, Muskegee Creeks. You're right. The Creeks. Like they.
That's your boy. That's your boy. What the smoke signal character? Now he was Choctaw. My bad. Choctaw.
Yeah, so I heard Baltimore, they didn't get rid of their coat, bro. John Harbaugh about it there.
Man, they should have. For real. I mean, I kind of, I like the Harbaughs, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, it's just, you got Derrick Henry, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And come on, man, you got such a pass run option. There's no way you should be losing in the AFC North. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers ain't shit. The Bengals ain't shit. Cleveland ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? They should have ran away with it. But I like dude, though. I do. I can't stand the Ravens. I can't stand Pittsburgh. But man, that shit was sad. Was that home? Yeah,
Them boys don't want this smoke, man.
I want to indulge. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, them boys don't want this smoke, man. I'll be trying to give it. And all this gonna be like this part of the book. All of this book is about the interactions of the blacks and the 5 civilized tribes. So this part of the book. And then it breaks it down individual tribes. So when I'm giving the accounts and the attestations of what's going on, like mentioned earlier on in the book, right? So I mentioned early on in this book. Hold on. Let me go back up. See, this is the cover. American Indian and African American people, communities and interactions, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all want to keep on playing. I got a whole nother book too. I got a book on language. Jack got a book on language too.
Yeah, you killed it too with that front rabbit thing. Because a lot of Indians do try to claim that we got that from them.
Right.
I heard that before.
So I got this book right here. I got because of a Jack D. Forbes reference to information. So just so everybody know the whole totality of it. But now this is how the book goes. So it talks about the American Indian and the African American people and their interactions all stems from this. So they'll do what I was reading earlier on was the Northwest to the Atlantic. Then we had some South, D South. Then we got to the 5 tribes. Then it goes Chickasaw, it goes Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, Seminole, and then we go west. And it deals with those interactions through that course. But nah, you got the book. So whoever want a book, you know what the book is. Period, point blank. You know what a book is. And I don't have no source. And we got Vyasa. My bad. I ain't in the back. Oh
What's
yeah, I
good,
got it.
y'all? Give me just a second.
All right. Trey Smith, you can say that too. Because there are some instances in that book where it does all of that. Sean P. shows a source debunking Abos Jody. You gaslighting P. That what he be saying too. Yo P, you gaslighting P with that source. You gaslighting P. And then old trash Ling Ling, he keep running around here making these videos, man. This dude will tag me to about 80 video. I ain't looking none of it. I ain't none of that stuff he say. I don't respect it. I don't respect it because he ain't talking about nothing, man. And then YK called him out because he be trying to jailbreak Chat GPT and he be putting that bullshit in there. I don't know what he be talking about. Man, but they got hit
What's
this.
good, y'all? My bad, Sean. What's up, Virginia Bubba? I hit the stage when you was talking about the relations with us and the 5 civilized tribes. I hit the stage right when you was mentioning how the Chickasaws and Choctaws did it, and you was alluding to trying to push us off the land. They actually, and you've heard me say this before, they was offered a $300,000 check, which would, if you do the inflation for modern day, equates to millions today.
Mm-hmm.
They told the union that they would rip up the check and march every last one of us off their land butt naked. They didn't want nothing to do with us. Hold on, boy, give me a second. There's a book, if you can get your hands on it. I don't know if you can find a PDF, but find Daniel Littlefield Jr.'s Chickasaw Freedmen, A People Without a Nation. It's an excellent book to have, Sean.
Who?
Daniel
Well, hold on.
Littlefield
Why I
Jr.
want a book on the Chickasaw Nation?
It's the Freedmen. It's about the Freedmen.
What's up, y'all?
Give me the book name again.
Chickasaw Freedmen, A People Without a Nation.
Is it people without a nation or people without a country?
Country.
It's
Country
the
nation.
people without a country.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Vyasa got us looking up some weird shit, y'all. He about to send us on a whole nother mission. Let me see if I can get the book free for everybody. We'll pull it up. Give me a moment to work my magic out. I think I might got it. What you say, Cujo?
Nah, I was just walking. I told you I was going to get you something to drink. You got me hyped. I don't got it. I'm on the shit. Fuck it. Give me all this shit.
You hype because you heard your peoples.
Nah, I was hyped because you get it. It ain't about me. Fuck that. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, this information.
Yeah.
I did feel a little vindicated because, you know what I'm saying, I did say it, but fuck that. Nah, I'm talking about you getting this information.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if it's a complete book. If this is a complete book, then I'll definitely put a link in the chat to download it and give everybody access to the book. But you gotta give me a little bit. Hey, Cujo, they said you been on TikTok. I mean, what you been on?
Oh, good job. Man, I'm completely hated them. I get attacked instantly. You know, I had to fall back because, you know, it got to the point it won't fun. You know what I'm saying? It won't even fun. You know what I mean? And then I realized I was talking to children. You know what I mean? Dude, 23, 24, telling me I need to do some research, but you got to check GPT or anything you talk about.
They
You
said
know what I'm
you
saying?
do some research.
Yeah, I need to do some research. You know, I know the information because I sincerely look it up, not to win an argument, but because I want to know the information. You know what I mean? It's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But it's gravy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my boy Real. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie. That's like nephew. Cause me and his father. You know what I'm saying? Came up together. You know what I'm saying? He showed me some love. He give me a little support. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't by myself. We need this information, man, because it's simple as shit. Ain't nothing to it. They lying.
Yep.
What else, y'all? Ain't it?
All right, so that ain't the complete book. Move on, so go. Where you go? So you said you was dealing with kids.
Yeah, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're just children, man. It's like I had a dude tell me today that Columbus landed in Hawaii. And I was
Columbus
like,
landed in
where's
Hawaii.
Hawaii? Yeah, he said Columbus landed in Hawaii in 1492. They lied to us. He really landed in Hawaii. But he really, made a mistake. Man has been known. But still, you can't you can't come on a public platform talk like that. I just realized I'm talking to children. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even fun. Sometimes I gotta get a little intoxicated. If I take it too serious, then you know I can't do it. But if I drink too much, you know what I'm saying, I start acting like that. So it's a fine line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, they talk too much shit, bro. Like nigga they ain't cut like that, bro. Like I ain't from all that. Where you can say what you want to say and get bitches and all that stuff. I don't. That shit don't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? So like I gotta fall back sometimes. You gotta fall back. And then they report you. You know what I'm saying? I done lost one
Well, I
page
didn't want to go over there,
already.
bro.
Yeah,
That's
they report
exactly
you.
why. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Shout out to
yeah,
everybody that's over there, bro. But y'all know my mouth, man. I'm gonna get
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
in this. I'm gonna cut somebody ass out. They gonna hang me up. I done wasted all my time making a page.
Yeah, that's why I haven't reached for yet. That's why I mean I had like built this shit up too, and boom, and then when you starting out, you can't do this and do that until you build up enough
Right.
followers, blah blah blah.
Then you got to get 2,000 followers, be able to go
Yeah,
live, share
yeah.
live.
I mean, you could come right on. You got enough shit that you can break down into like 30 minutes, 30 seconds. You know what I mean? You got enough shit recorded. You just take your old videos and just bring them down, just throw them on that jump. I mean, because the thing is, they need to be challenged, and they're not. They're not challenged enough. You got people on there that get like 10,000 views, bro, and they saying the dumbest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? And then, if I try to argue with them, I'm an old man. I'm a Uncle
Yeah, that's
Ruckus.
always.
You know, yeah. And then, it's not the insults that bother me. It's just how stupid they are about it. It's not the insults. I don't care about that. Why would I care what a child thinks? You know what I'm saying? But it's just the goddamn man. It's just too much, bro. For real, they just dumb. I mean, like it's just so sad. Sean. Bro, you think like smoke signal bad? Like what's his name? Lotus Matthew. Matthew is like a real person to them, and I just can't understand that. That nigga is just straight slow as a bitch to me. He might pop up over here. He might pop up over here. Is that Ramon? Big up Virginia. What for y'all side here for a minute. Mhm. Yeah, they don't even. It's crazy. It's like I think that 2 years when
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them missed school for COVID. I think that
COVID.
really hurt. Yeah, I think that really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because in the 12th, 11th, 12th grade, you start to at least develop research skills. You know what I'm saying? Where you writing term papers and shit like that.
Yeah.
They don't understand the research part where you gotta look up something to prove your point or start with a thesis and try to prove your thesis. That's like lost on them completely. Everything is the white man lying because they want to take your land.
Yeah.
Then I had a cat tell me that I'm a
Here you go
pretend
again.
Indian.
Hold on. Time out. Infinite Minds. The link to that book is in the description, bro. It's a link. It's a link, bro. I'm looking at it. You be not always finding anything. You be overlooking. I'm looking at it. There's one downloadable book that I put for one thing. And hold on, the whole other book is there, but you have to copy that link because it comes up as it comes up not as a hyperlink. That's the link to Jack D. One book is Jack D. Forbes. The other book is for you got to go to the thing to download it. I just
Hey, but
looked at
Sean, if I go live over there, you know what I'm saying? Could you come up? Do you even got an account?
I
Or
ain't
you
got
don't
no
fuck with it at
TikTok,
all?
bro.
Yeah, all
What
right.
up?
I fuck with you or what you doing.
What up, Sean? What up, Cujo?
What up? What
Big up
up?
Virginia, what's going on?
This Savio, Cujo. What up? How you been, bro? Long time no hit.
Oh goddamn, what's up, Savio? What's
You
up,
know,
Sean?
still killing the stupidos. Don't even call them
God
pseudo.
damn.
Call them stupidos. Yeah, I appreciate what Sean been doing. These people, man. I don't even know if we want to give them the lack of schooling because some of this stuff
I'm
because you
laughing. I'm laughing at Infinite. He be trying to find a book in the heartbeat.
At some point, they got to recognize that they're denying their whole history, their
Yeah.
whole life history. Everything that they ever grew up with has not ever stemmed around them being native, indigenous, aboriginal shit.
Yeah. But see, that's the sad thing because they think it's something new. They think that, they're on a ride that, we can't understand it because we stuck on this old shit. You know what I mean? Like we stuck on the old, like, we in the past, like I mean, they actually tell me, I have people actually like, look, bro, I mean, yeah, you know a little bit of stuff, but you got to understand, you got to let the young people go. No, I don't. That's not how it works in real life. In real life, you learn more as you get older. That's how it's supposed to work. I mean, like, come
Infinite
on, bro.
Mind. Hold on, real quick, y'all. So, Infinite Mind, you should be able to close the video, reopen the video, and go in the description and be able to click the link, the last link, and it take you to the book. Hold up. I just did it on my phone. It took me directly to the book. I can share my screen, or I can cut my what's the name on, and I can show you. It's there.
Why I don't see his shit, Sean,
See who shit.
on the screen? Infinite Minds, who you talking about?
Infinite Mind, because he ain't said nothing. There go the book
Oh,
right there.
okay.
See? Here go the video.
I'm gonna try.
The last link. Click the last link, and the book come up. There you go. There's one of them. The other one you got to download.
And pull it back a little bit. Keep on disappearing in your jump.
Nah, yeah, I took it off. You gotta close your YouTube video and reopen it.
All right, cool.
Was you able to find that, Sean?
Not the whole book. I'm still working on it.
Yeah,
I got I found something, but what I found wouldn't take me to where I can get the book. I mean, it pulls up this one thing, but then I just was unable to get it.
Yeah, it's a hard one to find. At least in the digital world, that is. But he's actually Chickasaw, but when it comes to getting resources and primaries on this subject, he's up there top tier when it comes to scholarship. He's got some other works. He's got one, I forgot the title of it, where he's speaking about us on the Atlantic side. Then he'll cover us with the Seminoles, and he's got that Chickasaw Freedman book. But he's an excellent resource to have.
What his name is, Beyonce? What's up,
Daniel
Beyonce? Big energy.
Littlefield Jr.
Daniel Littlefield Jr.
Oh, Littlefield. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Littlefield Jr.
Okay.
What's up, Infinite? What you got for her?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, yeah, you be big mad going on TikTok. I just joined that joint like maybe a couple months ago. And yeah, you be big
You
mad.
me?
You can't use certain
You
words.
damn
You
right.
start calling people retarded and shit. Like, you know.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I
Talking
don't.
about me.
I got. Oh, talking about, yeah,
No,
Sean. Yeah,
no,
you
I'm
can't
just
do it,
saying.
Sean. You worse than me.
Yeah, I ain't got no etiquette. I ain't got TikTok.
Yeah,
I
you
ain't
can't.
got
Like, you can't say retarded. You can't say faggot. You can't say. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I think I got like one more violation. You know what I'm saying?
You finna
Yeah,
get
it's
already.
kind of weird up in there.
I got this book called "I've Been Here All the While: Black Freedom of Native Land on Native Land." It's 19th century proposes rigorous rethinking of the most formative U.S. history books. And it talks about a wide variety of shit. I got that.
Hey, Sean,
Yeah,
would
you
you
know I be
mind if I
wanting all the
share some
books.
of your shit?
Do what?
Would you mind if I share some of your shit?
Sale?
Share. I ain't selling it. I
Oh,
sell it now. No.
I don't give a fuck. Shit, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I know, but you my folks, so I gotta talk to you.
Bro, I
Rail
don't
do
care
that
nothing
shit
about what
good.
y'all be doing on TikTok, bro. Y'all want to take a show and let that bitch rock out over there? Feel free. Old dog was doing that shit a while ago. I don't know what. I guess he stopped.
Yeah, that's what I had planned on doing.
Yeah, I don't care. You can do whatever y'all want to do. Shit.
Real good with putting them Jones together. Like it should look professional almost. I mean, not almost, but you know what I'm saying. Real put them shit together good.
Yeah, if y'all got stuff y'all want to clip and put on there, I don't even care. Whatever y'all want to do, it's what y'all want. Is y'all channel. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, but there's some respect shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's how we supposed to be with each other.
I got this article by dude though. It's called is this by this nigga? No, it ain't by this nigga. I got this article. It's called the African American Experience and the Creek War, 1813 to 1814.
That sounds like something he would cover.
And here comes the bullshit. What's up, Absolutely? You got a source for us to go over today?
Bang, bang. My God, what's happening, Cal? What y'all fellas up to right now? What the hell y'all talking about?
You just now joining the conversation, brother. You know what I mean?
No, I heard a little bit about it. I think you were trying to reference Negro de Terra, just a tad bit there.
No, I wasn't referencing it.
So what was your overall summary? I did hear a little bit, but I was going in and out. Not a bad summary
Yeah,
today.
the issue with it, the way that y'all be trying to argue with people about the use of Negro de Terra by Jack D. Forbes is incorrect. Jack D. Forbes doesn't even argue it the way or even state it the way that y'all trying to use it to separate or make state claim to an identity of the Americas. Y'all are not the peoples he's referring to. And you can't use the word Negro and bring it across centuries. It's inappropriate.
And 3,000 and miles of ocean and land. Because that shit was never used in Virginia or South Carolina or North Carolina or Maryland.
Talking about the word Negro?
Negro de Terra, sir.
So they never called the Brazilians Negroes?
We're not talking about Brazil. I
Just
said
walk
But did
right.
they
across
call the Brazilians
3,000 miles.
Negro?
Very early on,
Walk right.
they used that terminology. I thought you were there. I thought you heard us talking about it. That's what we said. They used it very early on. They didn't use it continuously,
So what was Jack
but
D.
it was
Forbes
never
saying about the
used.
word Negro and
So
your
you ain't read
concept?
his book. Don't
You
reply.
ain't read the book.
Why would I read a book about that Negro word? I don't even think they were calling us Negroes anyway. That's a 1900s word. That's why Jack D. Forbes is in the 1900s writing about the word Negro because it wasn't in the 1800s, wasn't in the 1700s,
What?
wasn't in the 1600s.
So how were they using it in Brazil in the 1500s?
I just wanted to know where you stood at on this, and you
I know.
did
I
say,
asked you
yeah,
a
they were
question.
using that.
Why were they using it in Brazil in the 1500s?
They were not using it in Brazil in
That's
the
where the term
1500s.
comes from. Negro de Terra. It comes from the 1500s in
So who
Brazil,
called them
very
Negro
early
de
on.
Terra then
The
in the
Portuguese.
1500s?
The
So the
Portuguese.
Portuguese had a word like Negro. They did not. The word is
Yeah,
Perto
they
in
did have
Portuguese.
Negro.
But
No, that's not true. They had Negro before Preto. I know what you're talking
now
about.
y'all see why I
Yeah,
now
see, this
y'all
No,
the
see
no.
why I
bullshit,
Show the
just
Chatty.
source
discovered
where
why
they
I
have
did it.
writings in that age time.
Now
So where you
y'all
get
see why
Negro de
I
Terra
did the
from?
show the way that I did the show because it immediately eliminates what he's trying to argue. The origin of the
Immediately.
word in the 1550s was in play.
Okay, now where was it used at in 1550?
I said Brazil. Come on, Charlotte.
And who used the word Negro in Brazil?
Jesus Christ. Do I have to say Portuguese again?
No, not the whole. I'm not talking about the whole land of Portuguese called a Negro. Who's the one guy that said these are Negroes?
Who made that? What
They didn't
person?
say they were Negroes. That's not what they said
They weren't
implied.
Negroes.
So nobody in Brazil was called a Negro according to your research,
They
right?
wasn't calling them Negroes, bro.
So what were they calling the people when you think that the Portuguese rolled up on these people? What did they actually call
Bro,
those
you
people
said
in Brazil?
Indios. Indios.
They called them Indios.
Yeah. Yeah, but when they
Is that a
started the
Spanish
slave
word or
thing,
is
they
that a
referred
Portuguese word?
damn.
Spanish and Portuguese are related languages. The word Indios was used by the Romans thousands of years, or 1,000 years before there was a such thing as a Spaniard or Portugal. So
And what were
Indios
they
is the
using?
word that the Greeks. Wait a minute.
Hold on,
Wait a
hold
minute,
on,
Slick.
hold on,
Now wait a minute, Slick.
hold on. Yo, Cujo, do not answer another motherfucking question.
Okay, you got it.
No, let Cujo talk. Ain't this supposed to be a
No,
learning spot for you guys?
we not letting Cujo just talk. We ain't letting you just sit here and act like we in a goddamn what's one of them interrogation rooms either. We having
You got that shit from Nat.
I ain't got nothing
Not a
from that.
Congolese.
If we're having a conversation,
that's a good one.
A conversation is an exchange between multiple people. You're not having that. You're trying to ask us 1,000 goddamn questions to find a trip up somewhere so you can pounce on the one trip up, which ain't gonna happen.
But I ain't looking for a trip up. It's all a study group right now. So I'm
you
not
tell
looking
us,
for a trip up.
You tell us who used the word Negro first in the Americas.
Well, the word Negro by itself is two different words. It's two different words, which means nay and grow. That means to not grow. That's what the word Negro actually means. It's two different words.
Who told you that?
Where did you get that from? Absolutely.
When you say Negro, isn't it two different
No,
syllables?
no.
Each
What
syllable
you
is
just
two
explained
different
to us.
words.
What you just explained to us. Where did you get that from?
I got it from myself because it's two different words. It's grow. It's
So
not
who helped
one
you?
word.
So who helped you determine that those were two separate words?
Me, myself, and I ain't talking Jim Carrey.
So you never took a linguistics class and you don't understand words, and so you just guessed this word. There was no work put in place to research this word being two words.
It is two words.
Master. That's all you said, bro.
Who said that Negro is two words, bro?
It's in there like if you open up a dictionary, it's N-E and then a dot in between and then the word grow. It's two different words.
One more time, I'm asking.
The dictionary, all dictionaries spell it N-E and then grow.
I don't see that in the dictionary nowhere.
Well, pull it up then. It should be a separation in between those two.
That's so you can pronounce it correctly, brother. That's not saying that the
that's
words
not.
are
It's two
separate
different words. Is the word grow by itself
so what does
a word?
nay mean? What does nay mean?
Nay means not. N-E means not.
Where? In what language does it mean? What language? What language? In what language?
In English, fool, and in French.
How?
And in Spanish.
How, bro? How
is grow? How do you combine those two words? I mean,
you just did. When you say Negro, you're combining them.
But
it
how
means
are
to
you
not
making
grow.
that definition?
How does it mean
Portuguese
to not
people?
grow?
So Portuguese
because
people,
they're
when they
placing
seen
it
black
on
people, they said they not growing.
Who's placing it on people?
Bro, that is so ignorant, bro. That is plain stupid. I'm not even gonna give it the word ignorant. That's just stupid.
That man said, "Best on me, myself, and I."
And they ain't talking Jim Carrey.
That boy said, "Look, so listen. Let me share my screen. Can y'all see my
man.
screen? Can y'all still see my screen? No. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. That's a whole jump. It was everybody.
Okay, hold on.
Big up Rev, big up Virginia, big up Ray, big up
look,
Pete the actor.
Look, He's saying
Melanated
that
God.
this right here.
Hey, there it is right there. Don't it say knee and grow like I said, fool?
No, that's not what this means. That's not what it means, bro.
They're telling you how to pronounce it, you fucking
No,
idiot.
it's not how to pronounce
Yes,
it. It's
it
two
is.
different words.
Bro, it's not two
Where does
different
it say
words.
that?
So listen, so if we look up the etymology of the word, we should be able to get to the origins, which would be two words, right?
Dude, that is so sad, bro. I mean, how old are you, man?
So if you put a contraction word
Absolutely.
together, they're not going to give you the definition for
What kind
both
of
words. They're going to give you the
recreational
definition of
drugs you
what
do?
that one word means after they've combined the two words.
Yo, listen to what I'm saying, bro. What kind of recreational
I'm gonna get
drugs you
really
do?
drunk. Yeah, I'm gonna get drunk as shit. This nigga is crazy. He
What
didn't
kind of
figure it out.
recreational
You
drugs
smarter
do
than
you
everybody in
use,
the world.
bro?
So those people call themselves Negro. Why is there a Negro land on the map? So you're telling me that those
Because
people
we've
call
been
themselves
telling
Does
y'all
Negro?
that mean
before.
never grow land? Does it mean never grow land?
That shit never existed. There's no such thing as a
No, is that
Negro
what it
land.
means? No,
That
no,
map
no,
He
no.
is
We're looking at
said
it on the
never
map right
grow
now,
land
brother.
is crazy. He said never
Does
grow
it mean
land is
never grow land?
crazy.
Is that what it means?
Hey, Sean,
So
can you
these
make him
niggas short. They
What's
can't
up,
grow
Bob?
crops.
Sean, can you make him read that link in the back chat?
Yeah, hold on, let me pull it up. Hold up.
now who made that map, Sean?
Look, this nigga said never grow land. Just crazy.
God
Who made
damn,
that
Sean.
map, Sean? Who made the map, Sean?
Hey, the
What difference?
Negro.
No, answer the question. Does it mean never grow
No,
land?
no. Who made the map and when was the map made? This is how
Hey,
you do research.
hold on. Before we go anywhere, yo, this is that little dot in between the word Negro that you was talking about. Do you understand what an interpunctual is? It's right here, bro.
The dot. Yeah.
Inner
Oh,
point, middle
wow.
dot,
Oh,
mid-eye,
good
or
job,
center
Sean.
dot. It's a
Good job.
punctuation mark consisting of vertically centered dot used for interword separation in classical language.
Interword. That's two different words.
No, bro, that's not what. It appears in a variety of uses in some modern
That
languages.
nigga see one word
The
and jump on it.
multiplication dot or dot operator is frequently used in mathematical and scientific notations, and it may differ in appearance in the interpunct. Various
Does it
dictionaries
mean,
use
does
the
Negro
interpunct.
land?
Look what they do. In this context, sometimes called a hyphenation point, to indicate where to split a word and insert a hyphen if the word doesn't fit on the line. There's also a separate Unicode character. And in English in the early modern era, full stops periods were sometimes written as interpuncts, for example, in the depicted 1646 transcription of the Mayflower Compact. In British typography, the space dot was used as a formal decimal point. Its use was advocated by laws and still can be found in the UK-based academic journal Success, the Lancet. The 60, the uses was advocated with the school mathematics projects, continue to be used, albeit inconsistently, in the primary mathematics education. When the pound sterling was decimalized in 71, the officials advised issued was to write the decimal amounts was to raise point, example, for the use of the decimal point on a line, only when typesetting constraints made it unavoidable. However, this usage had already been declining in 68, ruling the Ministry of Technology to use the full stop as a decimal, not only because of that ruling, but also because the standard UK keyboard layout for the typewriters and computers has only full stop. In the artificially constructed Shavian alphabet, interpuncts were used instead of capitalization as the marker of proper nouns. The dot is placed at the beginning of the word. You want to keep going? Why are you trying to make
it didn't explain anything that you thought it was.
Huh?
It didn't say what you thought it was going to say.
No,
I'm going to
he
tell you
was
that right
right.
now.
What are you talking about? Did
It
you not read the
absolutely
beginning?
did.
What
Did you
does
not
it
read the
say what
beginning?
you wanted it to say? Explain to me what you wanted it to
Is
say,
a
and it says it.
punctuation mark consisting of vertically centered dot used for interword. Let's see what that word means that you couldn't. And a punctuation word divider is a form of a glyph which separates written words in languages which use the Latin, Cyrillic, and Arabic alphabets, as well as other scripts of Europe and West Asia. The word divider is a blank space or white space, the convention of, and is spreading along whatever the rest of this says of certain aspects. It's saying it right here, bro. We don't.
It don't say what you thought it said. It don't say nothing you
It
guys
don't
thought it
say
said.
2 words.
It don't say
Yo,
one
you
word
don't
either, sir.
understand anything that you don't understand what Sean said. It absolutely says it just breaks up the word so you can pronounce it. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what it says. That's
It
it.
don't say that. It don't say what you just said.
You are not very good with comprehension.
Hold on, somebody just joined the
Let's break
panel.
comprehension down. COM
All
dot
right,
And Sean,
hold on.
whenever you have time, I
PRE
do want to.
dot
Absolute.
HUN
Here go the teacher.
dot.
Absolute. The teacher has showed up. What's up, teacher? Cause she mad, cause she in the back chat telling you. Someone tell Sean I'm here. It breaks word up into syllables.
Where does it say that at?
Right.
Yo,
I
hold
said
on.
that.
I
Melanated.
taught
No, you
English
just
in
said
real
2
life.
words, nigga.
I really did.
Melanated. You on here. Your ass in the chat typing.
Okay,
So
find a word that has
again,
2 dots. Absolutely, find a word that has 2 dots. Right? So it's a way to test it. Find a word that has 2 dots and see if it's a 3-syllable word. Find a word that has 4 dots and see if it's a. It's like Negro. It breaks it into 2 parts. It's 2-syllable word. It has 1 dot in the middle. Like it's very simple, and you're complicating it. Go to the
is
same
the
Never grow.
dictionary that you love and find a word that has 2 dots and see if it's 3 syllables. Very simple.
so
Apartment. It's gonna have 2 freaking dots. See, it's 3
And what
syllables.
the,
It's gonna have 2 dots. Dot part dot mint. See, that's it.
yeah, that's
can I
it.
ask you a
And
question, teacher?
what does never grow land mean, bro? Before you ask her a question, tell us what never grow land
Hold
means.
up. Let me ask her a question.
No,
Is
no,
the
no, no,
word
no,
nay
no,
a
no, and
word,
no.
and is the
Answer
word
that
grow a
question.
word?
Do all of that, bro.
They're not words. No, it's a prefix. It's a prefix. You like it. This is like grammar. This is like grammar, 3rd grade grammar, 4th grade grammar. This is pro is not a word. Pre is not a word.
Yeah, so here go an
Un
example right
un
here.
is not a word. You know what I'm saying? Like anonymous. So like
And
it tells you it's part of the word, but it's not a word. Come on, it's not anonymous. You don't say
he
the word
wants to say
anonymous.
he wa- he wants to say that the word Negro is the same in negative, which means to negate. But those words aren't not related. The Negro, the NE in Negro is not related to the NE in negate or negative. They're not
You guys
related.
are just
And
throwing
that's
out
what
your
you're
opinions.
attempting to imply.
So what? Let me
No,
ask you this:
no,
what
they're
word is
not
Gian?
related.
What word is Gian? Like you look up religion,
What
right?
word is
Gian is going to
grow?
be a dot there. What's Gian? What is that? What word is it? Religion, right? What word is it? See, it's weird. It's weird. Your logic. It's very weird.
It's not weird.
There
Trust
is
me.
no
These are
logic,
all
sister.
different words. They all
Yo,
make up a different word.
Okay.
Like
absolutely.
the word nay and
So
grow are 2
what
different
does
words.
never grow land mean? What does never grow land mean? Tell us about it.
But first, I would like
Tell
for
us
y'all to
about
show
never
me
grow.
who made that
No, tell
map.
us about never grow land. Why can't you stick to
Well, he
what you
could tell you
got?
the name of the map, and then you could look it up. Because you right now you making stuff up on your own, so you might need to get in the habit of looking things up. Because you made up your own philosophy with language, and you actually are applying it as if it's fact when you made it up. That's crazy.
The United Never Grow College Fund. That's come on. What the fuck, dog?
And I also want to touch on Prince Henry as well too, because you
Yeah,
took
you
me
just
off
no,
before I
no.
could
That,
actually
that,
explain that
Pause.
shit.
We don't want to know you
he
want to
want
touch
to
on
jump to
some
something
points.
else.
You need to concede to the point that you was just wrong first. Then we'll
Right.
train. We'll once we get off that, then we'll go somewhere else. Once you concede that, bro, then we go there.
No, no, no. I'm not going to concede that because the word Negro
Oswald,
is
we
two
know
different
that
words, and
You're
it
Oswald.
was
We
not going
know
to
only
you
concede
in
that
high
used
your
in the
school.
freestyle was
1900s.
wrong. You're not
Yo,
going to concede that your freestyle linguistics was wrong.
No, no, no. I looked it up myself. The word "nay" is a word by itself. We still use it when we're stopping horses
look,
when I'm riding
read,
So
read
did
horses.
you? So
absolute.
please look
Read,
up. So
No,
you
that's
please look up
not.
how
That's
do
a sound a
how do you
horse
write
make or
the syllables
asshole.
of a word? Why don't you look up how to write the syllables of a word? Because you are not looking up them dots right there, and you're just it does not mean a separate word.
So the
Negro
word
is
"nay"
not a
is not a
compound
word by
word,
itself. The word "nay" is not a
brother.
Yes,
word by
what
itself.
sound
Negro
a
is not a
horse
compound
makes.
word. It's not a compound word. It's not a compound
Oh,
word.
because they took the W off. You're not smart enough to know that
Oh,
it's
now
still
they
the
took
word
off.
Yeah,
"grow."
yeah,
Now
yeah.
they
You
took the
figured it
W
out. You
off.
are so smart. You
Here
are
you
so
are.
smart. You fucking genius. You fucking genius. We should have seen it.
Yep.
Goddamn, let's elect this man to the goddamn presidency. You goddamn scholar. You know what I mean?
So
Them
when you put
goddamn
"Negro"
senators.
in your hair, like you ever heard of "Negro"? That means to grow,
Nigga,
right?
that's
So
And
wait,
even
so
though
let
it's
so
yeah,
wait,
spelled
so,
G
so
R
let,
O, right?
let me ask
oh
you
my
this:
god.
does the world revolve around English? You think everything is based off of English, and English is a newer language. There was languages
I'm
before.
about to
So you talking about grow? What is grow like in how you say grow in Amharic? That's
in
older than
Portuguese.
English, bruh. How do you say
I'm
grow
about to go
in
shoot a
Portuguese?
stray dog,
How do
bro.
you
This
say
nigga pissing me off.
grow in Latin? Like you talking about English grow? Like get off of America's nuts. Like it's weird
I'm
stuff before America even existed.
But the word was still
united,
Negro.
never grow.
Even in so-called Spanish,
No,
like y'all say, right? Ain't the word Negro in Spanish?
Never
So it
grow.
is the same thing, right?
so when it was
no,
No, it's
Negro in
not.
Spanish, it ain't got nothing to
never
do with
grow.
growing. Nothing to do with growing that you trying to apply it. Nothing to do
It
with
does have
growing.
Hey,
everything to grow.
hey,
It
hey,
has
No, it
Sean,
everything to
doesn't.
do
the
with
You
never
speak
growing.
Spanish?
grow, the never grow
Do I listen
baseball leagues.
Espanol?
Poquito, poquito,
You speak
señorita.
Spanish?
Poquito.
What you say?
Hold on. Hey, yo,
Not
melanated.
poquito,
I put him
poquito,
melanated.
poquito.
Melanated.
Sorry.
I put him in the back for 30 seconds. We need to regroup. Listen,
I'm
Oswald,
sorry, bro.
y'all done pissed Oswald off because he done just went in. Oswald
What
and
on
went
you?
in. Oswald said, "Knee is not a meaningful prefix here. Grow is not a root meaning. Grow, group, or anything related. No historical documents, dictionaries, or linguist research support the split. The split idea is a myth, not etymology." So y'all done pissed off Oswald. He been quiet this whole goddamn time, and he had enough of that shit. He said,
Oh my
I looked it
god.
up.
Oswald had
Knee is a
enough.
word. Knee is a word. He over here
United,
saying,
never grow college fund.
Hey, listen,
never
hey,
grow
That is
land.
if y'all want to
amazing.
put some on TikTok, y'all can clearly clip that part of this shit up and
Yeah,
put that
that
on
was a good one.
TikTok.
That was a good one.
You
That's
This
gotta
nigga
share
hilarious.
is
that
fucking.
because
He is
this
not a
nigga
real
said
person. I'm convinced.
never grow. And he's so worried about the map. He's so
We
worried
done
about
heard
the
it
map.
all. We done heard it all.
Nigga said never grow.
Hey, so why they
Nigga
calling
said,
black people Negro? You never grow. How the fuck is that a situation? You know what I'm
niggas
saying?
is
Like,
short.
come on, bro.
They're
Like,
short
Wait,
niggas.
so is that what he's trying to say? Like, black people hair don't grow?
I don't know what he's trying to say. I just
He
What's
need to
talking
not
get.
about
growing?
pigments.
I'm gonna let him back
What?
on in
Pigments.
just a minute.
Pigments. Pigments never grow.
I just need to let. I just really need him to like take a break. He need to take a break.
That is amazing. He's a real person. Like he had like he can vote and
Yeah,
like have children and stuff.
yeah.
Wow.
Aboriginal YouTube channels, the Negro, they don't grow.
Yeah, they don't grow.
That's
So
unfortunate, ain't it? That he can vote and shit, ain't it? And
Never
have
grow.
African Americans on the west.
Some woman is calling him king. Some woman out there is calling him king, and he want to be the leader of her, but
This
he
nigga
think
can help
Negro
decide
means
traffic patterns
it
in the
don't
city.
grow.
That is sad.
We're gonna
Lord
need
have
you to
mercy.
substantiate that
He
claim,
done fucked my
melanated,
whole
that
thing
somebody
up, bro.
calling
Because I
him
was trying to
king.
like, yo. So absolutely, the person that made the map is made by a geographer. His name is H.M. Mall. It is a European map of West Africa from 1736.
Don't answer no more
including
questions from them
within
either.
mapping. And there's a map before that that's not so specific that also has Negro land on there. Well, in the words that you like to argue, never grow land. Speaking of never grow, hold on. Speaking of never grow, right? Speaking of never grow, how about this? Absolutely, all never grow comics. Yeah. How about that? All never grow comics for 15 cents.
So you guys Negroes?
Oh boy, there
If
you
that's
go.
what the
No,
Spanish
we don't.
called y'all, are you guys
No, we're
Negroes?
not never
Just let me
grow.
know.
We're not never grow. Are you?
Yes, I'm negro. Yo soy
Yeah,
una negra.
it's black. It's just black, bro.
Yes,
We black. Yes, we Negro.
negra.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when did the
Okay, nail
Spanish
point.
actually refer to the people as being black for the first time? Because at first it was just akin to night, right?
No,
What?
no, there's no
No. The
etymological
word has always been black.
root. Yeah, it's been black since it came into the room, and
I'm
since it came to Latin, it's
That boy,
always been black.
that boy, now.
I'm getting ready to learn a little bit of Portuguese on some
Yeah,
Duolingo because
but
I'm going to
before there was
Brazil
a
next month.
Portuguese, and before there was a Spanish, it came to the Latin language during the time of Marcus Aurelius, during the Pax Romana. That means the Roman peace. That's about 200 years.
Ain't
And they
Latin
went
language
down.
a dead language since like the 400s AD? Nobody's spoken Latin since then,
Latin is
right?
still spoken, but Spanish and Portuguese, Italian, Romanian, and French are all derivatives of Latin.
So
So
where's
they
Latin
Yeah, and
are
right.
spoken at
Latin
right now?
If you go to a
in
Catholic
the
church, if
Vatican.
you go to a
In the
Catholic church
Vatican.
in 2026,
Yeah, it
right
still use
now,
that.
there's parts of the mass
Yeah.
that are actually in
Mhm.
Latin. So to
Yeah, it's
say
their
it's a dead
liturgical
language when
language. Yeah,
yes,
So
they
what
speak it
Catholic
in the
church
in
is
its
actually
liturgical language.
speaking Latin? Could
No,
you
no,
name me one?
look, what you
I
do
just I
wait,
just said a
wait,
Catholic when you go
wait.
to mass they not speaking in English only. What you mean? You never been to
Melanin.
Catholic mass
Look,
before?
hey,
So you
wait a
said
minute, wait a minute.
also
Look,
when my black people be speaking in tongue,
No,
that's
no, no.
also
Can you
Latin?
answer? Can you answer the question?
no.
Can you answer the question? Have you ever been to a Catholic mass before? Because right now I think you're speaking from ignorance.
Have you been there
Oh no,
since
that's
you know?
Yes, I have.
And they were
I
speaking Latin?
have. They be like down, down, down. They
So you
singing
know
and
that's
whatever they
Latin?
I mean
doing.
Spanish.
It
Do you
is
know what
Latin.
derivative
Yes,
means,
their
sir?
hymns are in
Do you know what
Latin.
derivative
Their hymn.
means? Do you know what a derivative means? Do you know what it means? Spanish and Portuguese are both Latin isolates. So you have people who spoke Latin. They called it Vulgar Latin at a point. And these people spoke Latin in these regions, isolated from. They didn't have dictionaries. They didn't have a dictionary to say this is how you pronounce it. And over hundreds of years, Spanish developed from Latin. Portuguese
Do you
developed
have a
from
Latin
Latin.
dictionary that was out back then? Is there a Latin dictionary back that
There
was
was no
ever out?
dictionary out back
Don't
then.
ask
There
no
was
more
no
questions.
dictionary
Don't
out back
ask him
then.
no. Don't ask no more
Yeah,
questions.
all you do is
You can look up
you're
what he's
right,
telling
Sean. I'm
you.
sorry.
You
I'm gonna
can look
mute
up
up.
what he's telling you.
You can go next.
Sean, really quick. Hey guys, not to fight with you guys, but Sean, could you look up Proto-Indo-European language? Could you look up that definition for me?
While I'm looking up that,
Because it's gonna tell you how they rewrote these language in modern day
Yes,
times. They
how
backdated these
how they
do you
languages.
know what
rewrote it.
Hey,
proto
bro, what the
mean,
fuck
bro?
does that? Wait a minute. What the fuck does that even mean to you?
Do you
What's a
know what proto
Proto-European
mean?
language? Nope, you don't.
I
You
couldn't
don't.
hear what you were saying.
I'm asking if you know what
Big up
proto means,
Virginia was talking.
bro. Do you know what proto means?
Of course, I know what it means.
What does proto mean, bro?
You mean like Proto-Indo-European language?
What
What
does
do you mean?
proto
Why would I
mean,
ask you
bro?
to pull it up? You know
What does
what? I
proto
don't know what
mean?
it means. You know what? I don't know what it means.
What does proto mean, bro? I asked you.
I really don't know. I don't know what proto means.
You was about to make it say some shit else till you seen the screen.
I haven't seen your screen. I really ain't even looking at your screen. My bad. Let me pick up my phone. Oh, let me see.
Fine ass nigga. Quit lying.
This is some crazy. This is some crazy freestyle stuff. I'm
You need to
All right,
pick up a
absolutely.
so
syllabus. You need to
wait,
pick up a
guys.
syllabus.
Wait,
You
guys.
go too hard.
Just keep it
You
simple,
you
bro. So why you got us looking up proto? Why you got us looking up
You don't even
before?
know how to say it. It's Proto-Indo-European language.
No, I know how to say
What does
proto.
Indo-European mean? What's the oldest
He don't know what
From the
that means
Proto-Indo-European
European
either.
lands,
language?
the
He gotta
first
tell you.
language of the European
Nope, that's
lands,
not
fool.
true.
I know what the
Nope,
shit
nope,
means. What are y'all talking
nope,
about?
nope, nope.
No, you got
The
you
oldest Proto-European
freestyling. You
language
have
is
never looked this
still
term up.
spoken. What is it? What's the oldest Proto-European language that's still spoken now?
Hold
It
up.
is
He's
not
about
in
to pull it up.
Europe.
I just want to read the first
Nah, slick,
paragraph to
nah,
this
slick,
definition.
nah,
No,
slick. You asking
you
questions and talking and shit. Come on, bro.
Hold up. Let him
Come
pull
on.
up the definition. Then y'all can attack me
No,
again.
no,
No
no. You
worries.
need to tell us about it. You're already skilled. You already know this information. You're teaching
You ever
us and
heard of
letting us know
pi?
what we do.
Hold up. I can't see his screen.
Yes,
You ever heard of
pi
pi?
means Proto-Indo-European. It means
It must be on
Proto-Indo-European.
the screen. It must be on the screen because you said
No,
it
it's
too
No,
quick.
I'm
not.
You
not
didn't
even
say that
looking
at
at the
first.
It
TV,
just
dude. I'm
came
a
on
real
the
person.
screen.
Jesus
You act
Christ.
like niggas don't
I mean,
know.
everybody not stupid as you.
All right, now
I
pull
know
up the
what
pi.
pi.
Pull up Proto-Indo-European language. Could you open that definition up for me so I can read the first
he don't even
paragraph
know
to
what
you
it
guys?
means, but he
Why
wants you
do
to
I
look
need
it
to do
up.
that?
I do know what it means. I just let you guys spill your spill because eventually
No.
Sean
So
kicks me
just
off
Why
the
say what it.
do
So
panel.
I
just say what it means.
Hold
We
up.
can confirm if you're right. We can confirm if
I
you're
am
right. Just say what it means. Just say what it
say what it
means. Say
means.
it with your
I
chest.
just said.
Yeah.
Okay, I just said it. Let me say it again. They
Yeah.
made up the
I ain't never seen
modern. They
niggas
made it
say
up in modern times. These proto languages that you guys are thinking are the first languages. They
this nigga
made up those
stupid.
languages off modern day
You
languages through
never said
linguists.
what a first is.
No, that's not what it
So you
means,
so
dude.
so so you're saying that when we look up Proto-European, it's going to say a made-up language to change
Yes,
something.
yes.
That's
Stop
what it.
right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. All the languages were made up off modern languages, off today's
No, the
languages,
Off
not old languages.
no, brother.
what?
They determine it by looking at modern day languages and working their way back. That's how they figured out that it is a European language. The oldest
Be quiet for a
Proto-European
second,
language
sir.
spoken
Be
now.
quiet. Let him
No,
pull
the
up the
oldest
definition. Y'all be
Proto-European
having too many opinions.
is Hindi, Hindi,
You're the one
Sanskrit.
that have an opinion about what the dots mean in the damn dictionary.
No, I'm
You
right
the
though.
most
That's not an
opinionated one up
opinion.
here.
My name is
Negro does not
absolutely. I'm
mean not land.
absolutely correct.
That
Negro
is
does not
not your
mean not
name.
grow. Okay, get out of here.
Yeah, I can give myself a name, sir.
No,
Man, you
you
taking us
can, but
off.
you can also make a fool out of yourself, sir. And that's exactly
I'm
what you're doing.
Yep,
absolutely correct
you
today,
have the
though.
right to, and
I'm
that seems
You're
like you're
absolutely
exercising
absolutely
that
There's
right.
insane.
nothing correct
It seems
though.
like you're exercising that right.
You're
You're
nothing
not.
correct. You said Negro meant.
Man, pull up the definition I asked you to pull up, man. What you doing? Now you tripping. You stay on vacation, son.
So
You
it
stay
don't.
on
Because
Absolutely.
the
Have you
name
ever
vacation.
is
heard of the
Stay tripping.
term?
introduced.
Have you ever heard of the term wrong and strong? That's what you are right now. You wrong and strong about it. Like you so strong about your
Why he
wrongness.
won't pull up my definition? He back there in the backstage reading the definition so
Pull
he
it
can
up.
come back and say,
Share your
"Gotcha,
screen. Share your
gotcha. I
screen,
got my
bro.
feet out
You
on
know
your
what you
couch
can
and
do? You can
stepping on
share
your."
Hey,
your
bro, if
Hey,
screen.
you
hold
know
on,
the
melanated.
definition, you
Share
can
your
say
Hold
it
on,
screen.
hold on,
properly.
Drop the
melanated.
link in the
Hold
back
on,
chat.
melanated. Hold on.
Hmm.
No, absolutely. You're asking me to pull up something that don't even support your argument. You said the word Negro was two words. You claimed that a mark into a punctuation in between "ne" and "grow" meant that it meant some shit that you ain't never heard of before and can't even provide evidence to support you for that shit because you said yourself that you made it up. Now you're trying to get us to look at a proto-Europe, Indo-European languages for what? It means nothing to us
It
because
does.
you
You
keep
keep
trying to.
talking Latin. You keep talking Spanish. You
No,
You
keep
off
talking.
topic. You off
God
topic.
damn, let me finish. That has nothing to do with Negro. Why the fuck are you running off and we talking about
Somebody's
Negro?
language, right? It has everything to do
This nigga does. No, you don't. No,
with
it don't. You
1500s,
don't. No, you
not
don't.
the
No.
18 or
What
1900s,
does
right?
the word Negro mean? What does the word Negro mean?
To not grow.
All right, goodbye.
What? That nigga say to not grow? This nigga stupid. Why do niggas just say stupid shit on purpose? Are niggas stupid on purpose? Is stupidity
Y'all, I
the way?
never in my life.
Hey, hold on, melanated. Before you say what you finna say, let me just say this real quick. You a bati boy. You let old girl play in your booty hole. Why is you even in the chat?
Oh wow.
Wait,
Yeah, we heard about
who's
you.
that?
We heard about you. You like for people to
Wait.
play in your backside. You a bati boy.
That's too much. TMI.
I don't know where old boy was trying to take us, but for those who may be interested,
Who the
Sean, you know I
bossy
always got a
boy? I'm
weird
being
ass book.
nosy.
I have a book in search of the Indo-Europeans, Language, Archaeology, and Myth by J.P. Mallory. It's a pretty decent book. It's I don't know how he was going to tie that to Negro because there's absolutely no mention of us in this, but because that subject was brought up, I thought I'd just throw that book out there. And
He called him 3-finger V. Yo. Yo. That's who I was talking about. He just told you, melanated, right there.
Oh. Wait, that's y'all getting there, my brother Vino from Benin.
I do not say, do not call you. You do not want to associate yourself to that nigga.
What's wrong with Vino? I don't know his business like that.
You just keep saying this nigga name, bro.
Damn.
My bad. Don't he got a white girl?
I don't know what he got. I know what they call him in the Abo land. The Abo said he came out and confessed.
Oh
who you
Lord.
talking about, Peggy, melanated? You talking about Peggy?
Hold on. No.
Listen, my name Bennett, and I ain't in it. Mm-mm.
West.
There's
Hey,
apparently something going on. I don't know about.
listen, man. How does the word Negro means to not grow? So let's deal with that. That's why I began the beginning of the show the way I did. I started the beginning of the show by showing people the etymology of the word and how it is used and changed over time. Now, one time, anywhere in the etymology of the word, does the word Negro mean to not grow? That's disrespectful to who the fuck your ancestors are, especially your ancestors that you said that were Indian territory and their asses is listed as black. To not grow, nigga, all the abos be saying that they Negroes. All of them you be on a panel with, and you're insinuating that nobody's growing. Are you serious? Let's just one time for chat. Let's just go to Chat GPT. Google. Let's just Google this and let's see what chat said. Let's see what it says. Does the word Negro mean to not grow? AI says no. The word Negro does not mean to not grow. It comes from the Spanish and Portuguese for black, derived from the Latin niger, meaning black or dark, and historically served as a descriptor for black people, though its use is now considered outdated or offensive in English. But you said you did some research.
No, he didn't. He said that came from his head.
Nah, he did some research because he wanted us to pull up Proto-Indo-European. So he can try to say or superimpose and say that, see, they had to change the language up, yada 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 yada, and then he didn't understand how words change over time because he was not hearing and understanding the evolution of that. Y'all done ran that boy up out the chat. Now when y'all called him 3-finger Vito, I ain't gonna cap. Mine ain't said nothing since.
Damn. That's crazy.
He been quiet, very quiet too lately. Very quiet. They done ran that man up off them panels.
No, he be on Triple Zone.
Oh yeah, that's where he can go. That's his safe spot. That's where they caught him lacking at though. Dude need views. Y'all be over there watching it. Dude faking a $4 bill over there. He don't know no history, no nothing. He just got a whole channel causing confusion.
Oh yeah, he definitely he like the Sonetta of the Abos, I think. He
Yeah,
like just come here and
that's what he trying to be though. He trying to build his channel up to eat off y'all and other people's, fighting against the people's ignorance. But anyway, my point is that at no point in time in the history of the word Negro has it ever meant to not grow.
ever.
And
That's
then
another.
he trying to say, so y'all Negro, as if we would be afraid to say no. Yes.
I'm gonna disregard my Negro nation. Yes, nigga, I'm a Negro. I'm a black man. I'm an African American. Yes, I'm a Negro. Nigga,
We ain't no Abos.
I'm sure not no Apple. I don't know what that is.
That man said that shit meant to not grow. The idea,
That was hilarious. He said it so
AI said the idea that it means not grow is likely a false etymology of a phonetic misunderstanding of the word's syllables. And look what's there. Negro.
KNEEGRO.
Instead of the
did not
dot,
say syllables.
the dash. Yes, instead of the dot, they put the damn dash. It's the same expression. That's why
Ain't that what your sister Melanated said there? Absolutely. Better put some respect on my name.
You his brother? That's your brother?
He's confused, brother, but he's still a brother. He's just confused.
I'm starting to figure it out. So y'all claim these dumbass niggas.
I don't.
I'm saying there's dumb people in the family. Like, come on now.
She calling that nigga a brother?
He ain't, even though, like, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he's not a white man.
It's your brother.
I don't call a distant, very distant brother who's in the insane institution that I go visit in the nursing home. Yeah, he that kind of brother.
What could man? Y'all done made Cujo go mute. That man said before the war. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. 3 fingers is back in the chat.
Y'all wrong.
Yo. How you agree with a dumbass person that said Negro means to not grow? And then you be in the motherfucking chat arguing with people talking about Negro Abraham. So to not grow Abraham. So your ancestor was to not grow Abraham. Make that make sense. Make that make sense.
That's the funny thing is that you listen to these people, like all these different arguments, and then later on you'll find they contradict themselves. You don't even need to say nothing to them because they're gonna end up shooting down their own talking point. Because how's your ancestor Negro Abraham? Answer that there.
Somebody said my
sir.
name right there. Sean, you got some detractors in the chat. The eunuch. Oh, they call Tyron the eunuch. I can't see who in the chat, bro. I can't see everybody.
Oh, he in there? Lord. Don't hit the panel. Don't hit the link.
Escaped from mental ward. Yes. Oswald said he escaped from a mental ward. That's a fact, bro. That man did not know nothing. But that's what you be getting. Acute perspective. The Europeans are disrespecting you, calling you blacks. What? Oswald, I'm a hue of Mother Earth, which equals human. I'm not a black. Bro, they made that word up too, bro.
Y'all just have to stop.
The word black does not mean criminal, bro. Where the fuck did you get that?
What? Black mean criminal? Oh wow.
God damn. First we just had
I
a
mean,
nigga
so
tell
I mean, if it means anything to them, why do we have to look at it like they do? That's what they
I
don't
don't
get. They
know.
act like this shit is mathematics. You know, like it's
That's it.
scientifically
That's it.
quantifiable that black means dead and all this shit. They're like it's scientifically quantifiable. Like we can prove that with a mathematical equation. I don't give a shit what white folks feel about the goddamn color black. Fuck them.
Right.
What the hell wrong with you? Hugh man. You think that they really use the word Hugh man? They did it on purpose. It's a fucking Easter egg in a Marvel movie, so we could figure it out one day. You really believe that shit? Come on, bro. You ain't 12, nigga. You ain't 12.
Man,
That
this
shit
is
sound
the
cool when
rainbow
you're
man.
12. Never grow laying ass motherfuckers. The
The knob
hell,
on
man.
the knob on the TV. He the knob on the TV, y'all. The hue color.
Never grow.
Never grow.
Never
That's
grow land.
now you
No.
know. Never grow. Yo, Steph. Yo. It's driving me out. Man, this, hey, the V note character, tell him to come up, shout
Nah, that'll never
Oh, you
happen.
don't fuck with him?
Nah, that's dead, bro.
Okay.
Dang, how you
No,
gonna just?
I was looking at the old junk with him on it. I was looking at the old
I
junk with him
thought
on. That's
y'all
what.
was
It's
cool.
dead. It's dead, bro. We
Oh,
is yeah.
he not a real person.
Absolutely is back, y'all.
Oh shit.
Oh
Dude said
Lord.
I'm caramel.
You still dumb.
Caramel complexion. I'm a hue of brown. Bro, everybody is a hue of brown. Everybody. Everybody is a hue.
Right.
Whoever called themselves Caramel, that's their stripper name or something. We ain't after
Yeah,
a
That
stripper
is a
yeah.
stripper
name.
name. I know
Bang
like
bang
another
ballad.
stripper named Cameron.
Well, let's
Yo,
have
the
the
cool
You got
stripper.
a
conversation, T.
source? Absolutely, you got a source?
Yeah. I do got a source.
Put it
You
in the
mean for
back
the
chat.
word Negro or just pull back up
Put your
Proto-Indo-European
source in the back
language?
chat, bro, in the private chat.
Drop
I can
the
pull it
link.
up.
Drop the link.
Drop a
To
link and I'll pull it.
Proto-Indo-European language?
Drop the
Drop the
link.
link and I'm gonna pull it up.
All right, game time. 1 second.
That nigga said Proto-Indo-European language. PIE. As
What
if
that got
it
to
got
do with?
to do with
Not nobody
Africa.
else ever knew that before. Never, nobody else ever heard of it. That's how
What
he
does
said it.
but what does PIE have to
I
do?
don't know, but we are we are being removed from where we were. We were talking about the Tale of Two Negros. We is way away from that shit now. Because
Man,
Negro means to not grow.
to
So
not
two
grow.
So
Negroes.
listen. If
And
something
it's
is need truth, then it's not the truth, right? If
and
something is need truth, it's not the truth, right? If something is
they
need
finished
good,
Need,
it's not good.
we need black. We not black. We brown. We need black.
Well, I'm need Abo. I'm need Abo.
You can show us with the Proto-Indo-European language that
You're
Negro
using the
means
word
not
incorrect, though. You're
grow.
definitely using
I'm
it
need copper
incorrect.
color. Need copper color.
Hey, let him show us that Negro in the Proto-Indo-European languages means to not grow.
But that's not how you learn because that's not how you find out how
No, you can't
linguists
tell
actually
nobody how to
started this
learn.
whole
There's
orthography
no
You
situation.
over here
Proto-Indo-European
You
cognate
making
for
up shit.
Negro. There's no
tapping into the Akashic records talking
there's
about.
no Proto-Indo-European cognate for the word Negro because Negro did not come out of
But
Proto.
that's neither here nor there. The subject is
Yes.
where did languages come from altogether?
No,
Let's just
that's
have
not
the
the subject.
conversation.
No,
What
Let's
languages?
just
What
have the
the fuck do you
conversation.
mean
Sean,
languages?
calm down. Virginia, big up Virginia. Calm down. Sit
I
down,
why
guys.
you
appreciate you
changing? You
calling out
came
the
up here
ancestors.
absolutely changing the subject. That's what it is. Because
We're still talking
we was
about
not
black
talking
and
about.
Negro.
No. Well, stay on that. Stop changing the subject to now all languages and how they came about. Why do you got to
Hey,
go all around the corner to talk about how Negro? Stay on the word.
Can I answer or is that
A
rhetorical?
Q perspective. Why don't you come up here
It
and
was
break down
rhetorical. My bad.
how there isn't one single black place in Europe.
I mean, you're really gonna explain why the need to go around? You think that makes sense?
But you guys have run-on questions also.
That's a real question. Does
No.
it make sense to not answer the question
Run-on, like a
directly,
run-on
address it
sentence,
directly?
like you ask a question,
That's
then
a
ask a
real
question, then
question.
it's like it's a
That's a
run-on. It's
real
a run-on
question.
question paragraph you guys are
No,
having.
does that make sense not to answer the question, not to address the definition directly, and to go into the history of all languages? That's a direct question. Does that make
Well,
sense?
because can I answer though? All right, let's just say this. That word in English comes from what language?
Now you're asking another question instead of answering my question. I'm not going to.
We all
Well,
know
because
it
you
comes
don't
from Latin.
understand as of yet.
It
You
comes
gotta
from Latin.
understand what?
No, no such thing as overstand. It comes from Latin. The
See, he
English
wanna, he
got it
wanna,
from
he
Latin.
wanna answer you.
Hold up. So English
See,
got
but
it
when
from
you
Latin, or
answer
did
him
they
Y'all
get it
sure
from
now
told
the
me
he
don't
wants.
Spanish
answer
or
no questions no
Portuguese?
more. My bad,
Why
Sean.
are you
No,
answering
They
his
didn't get it
question?
from
those are
Latin.
Latin languages.
Y'all are
Why are
not
we talking
y'all are
about
not
this?
learning how to how to deal with this. And then
That
melanated,
is fucking
on that.
crazy, dude.
You're going back
All right.
on your
Yeah, let
shit.
it go. You're right. Yeah, I get it. You know, because I like talking about languages and shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
hold
let me
on.
stop.
So
So you
why
want to
did
do
you
the Indo-European part,
why is
Sean?
this
That's the
on the
part you want.
screen? Why is this on the screen, bro?
Oh, you got it on the screen. My bad. I don't be looking at the screen when I be on here. Wait
Why
one second.
is it on the screen?
Can I just read the first paragraph?
For what? What is the purpose of reading this? What does it have to deal with Negro meaning?
I take that as C.
I'm happy you can
Proto-Indo-European.
read,
Pi
Give
bro.
the
I'm
audience,
is
really
the
give the
happy.
audience an
reconstructed
understanding
common
of what you're reading and
ancestor of
why
the
you're reading it.
Indo-European language
Well, he's
family.
asking you to
No
give the audience
direct
an
Right.
understanding
record
of
of
why you're reading it.
Proto-Indo-European has
Nigga's
been
not listening.
discovered.
He just reading. He's
Its
not
Okay.
listening.
proposed
Yeah, then we don't
features
know what
have
you're
been
reading it for.
derived
We
from
don't know what we're supposed to get from it.
linguistic
No,
We
let
have
him
no
go.
reconstruction.
Let
clue.
him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Go ahead,
So
bro.
Start
here's the
over.
word that you got.
Start over. Start over. Start
Okay,
over.
y'all ready?
Yeah.
Hold up, let me blow it back up. One
We
second.
can read
Go
along
ahead.
with one another
All right, game time. I'm gonna read it though. It says
quickly.
Proto-Indo-European Pi, right? Is the reconstructed common ancestor of the Indo-European. Okay, that's you blowing.
What?
Thanks, bro. I got you. It says Proto-Indo-European Pi is the reconstructed common ancestor of the Indo-European language family. So already is reconstructed first sentence.
Can we go? Can you read? Ain't nobody asked
No
you to
direct.
goddamn give us a
Why
goddamn break
yeah,
it
we in
down. Just
church?
read it, nigga.
We in church breaking
Man,
it
that's
like
what the
yeah.
preacher do. Y'all don't say that when the preacher do it.
I don't go
I
I
can
don't
What
go
ad
to
lib.
preachers,
preacher?
so
I ain't been
that's
to
the
church
Abo
since my
folks.
grandmama died, nigga.
I can ad lib.
That's the
Jeezy did it.
no, you
Well, now,
can't. You ain't
let me
them.
stop.
You
See,
ain't
that's why I
them.
get
Hey,
put off TikTok because I would
We
have
don't
said
need that. We don't need your
FG. And that,
interpretation of the
yeah, can you
information.
just read it?
We would
Right,
be
just read
watching
it.
your videos if that was the case. So go ahead. Just read.
all right. No direct record of Proto-Indo-European has been discovered. Its
Right.
proposed features have been derived by linguistic reconstruction from documented Indo-European languages. Far more work has gone into reconstructing Pi than any other proto language, and it is the best understood of all proto languages of its age. The majority of linguistic let me get my shit together. The majority of linguistic work during the 19th century, 1800s, was devoted to the reconstruction of Pi and its daughter languages. And many of the modern techniques of linguistics reconstruction, such as the comparative method, were developed as a result.
Do you
So,
know
in
what
Why
a
do you
sense,
comparative
pronounce? Why do
method
you
is?
mispronounce modern? Why do you mispronounce modern?
Because he don't
I'm from
know.
Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. That's just how we
No,
No,
gonna do
no,
it.
you don't have to put an
You
extra
could do
syllable in that
better.
Modern,
word.
modern
You could do
is
better.
that the
You could do. There you go.
modern?
There you go.
Yeah,
That's not
There you
the
modern,
go.
modern. What did I say?
modern, moderate.
Modern,
Modern. You said
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
modern.
like pattern.
Yeah, it's the pattern.
I know.
We got to do better. We black folks, right? We
Yeah,
gotta,
then we gotta
we
do
got a
better.
rich history.
Okay, so
So,
so
do
what's
I
your
need to
point?
reread something and say
No, I
modern?
understand it. I would love to explain to you what that means.
I want him to explain to us what that means because I know what it
Oh,
means.
you're right, Sabio. Yeah, you're right, Sabio. I'll shut the
Man,
fuck
Go
up.
ahead,
I'm gonna
man,
mute.
you
Sabio.
Go ahead.
so You keep
Yes,
breaking
yo, thank you
protocol.
for catching me, Sean. Appreciate you.
So linguistic reconstruction just means literally what it means. They made up all the languages that you think that was back in the 1700s, 1600s, 1500s, 1400s. They actually linguistically reconstructed all those languages off the modern day languages that were being spoken during the 1800s.
That is
What?
not what that means, you
No,
stupid motherfucker.
no, stupid son of
That
a
is
bitch.
not what that means.
You
I
are
can't
dumb
take
as
it. That is not
dirt.
what it means.
You are dumb
Jesus
as
Christ, what's
dirt,
wrong
bro.
with you?
Wow. You dumb as dirt. You dirt
Jesus,
dumb.
man. That's not what it means.
When did you drop out of school? Absolutely. You dropped out in the 9th grade, 10th
Yo,
grade, somewhere.
absolutely is a true Negro. His brain
I'm
did
never a
not grow.
Negro. I'm
Not
definitely
grow.
American, sir.
Your
I'm gonna
Your
let you
brain
guys
did
use
brain
not
that
start
Pan
grow.
African
growing.
title.
Yo,
No,
your
he's not a
brain did
Negro.
not
He's
Oh,
not.
grow.
He's a knee
I'm
brain.
American. I'm
No
American.
brain.
Knee
No
brain, no
brain. He's
brain.
a knee brain.
No, you guys are saying you're Negroes, so I have to say you
Right,
guys
but
are
you
in
a
the
knee
crowd
brain.
of
I'd
not
rather be a
growers.
Negro.
Do
I'd
you
rather be a
know?
Negro than a knee brain.
Yeah, do you know what a Negro is though?
Yeah, a knee brain.
A
You
group
don't
of
have no
people that
brain,
don't
right?
want to
No
grow because
brain.
somebody got their foot on their neck. So you okay with
But you
that?
That's
have no
And
brain.
that's where
that's
you
not
get
what a
Pan
I'd
Negro
rather
African
is.
not
from.
want to grow than not have a brain. You have no brain, so that's even worse. Knee
Knee
brain.
Okay, now
brain.
explain to me what you guys think I just read. Por favor, por favor.
Hey, do you know what it means when it say a reconstruction? You know what that means?
nope.
Because
From a
it's like
linguistic
okay,
point of view,
all right. Can I say something real quick, brother? Look, if there's a crime, like if there's a homicide, when you go into the homicide,
They're
right,
going
and
to
you
reconstruct.
see wait a minute, you see somebody laying on the ground, you gotta work back to understand what happened to that person laying on the ground. You can't just
Reconstruct.
like make it up. So what you do is you attempt to construct what led to that person laying on the ground.
man.
So
But
when
we
you
ain't
look at
talking
these
about dead bodies. We're talking about
brother,
languages. Could you
but
use
you
a
They
allow
language
do
me
as
that
an
to
with
example?
language,
Simple.
I
smart
can
one.
finish. I can really
Hey,
explain it if you
look at the
listen, bro. I
context
think you
clues.
have
He's
to.
giving you clues.
I'm thinking you can understand it. Like what
Yo,
I'm
Nah,
listen.
saying is, when you
No, explain the
reconstruction,
definition.
the way that they learned that these languages were existed, they learned that these languages were related. Is because they had common roots in their
yep.
languages.
Common
They had
root.
common roots in their language. So you go back and you find
Word.
these. You go all the way back to Sanskrit. You go all the way back to Hindi, and you can find the roots for like sky, for instance. That's Zeus, sky
Right.
god. Well, you find it later in Greece, and then you find
Diu.
Jupiter in Latin. And Jupiter is really yes, Jupiter, which means sky father.
No, it's
You know what I'm
Diu.
saying? So you find these cognates. You find these
It's Diu.
cognates. You find these things that exist.
So
Yeah,
Sky Father
it's Zeus
is
Pater,
Diu.
sky father. That's what Jupiter means, sky father, because Zeus means sky. So
Mm-hmm.
you find these roots in all of these languages, and you figure out the most simple one is probably the older one, and the other ones derive from it. That's how you find out languages are related. That's all it is when we say reconstructed. So you work your way back from English and you go back because we know English is a Germanic language. We know English is influenced by a Latin language, French, in 1066 after the Battle of Hastings. French itself is a Latin cognate, comes from Latin. We know this. This is what it means, brother. This is not somebody made up a language, reconstruction of language in 1700s to fool you today, black man. Come on, brother. You got to do better than this, bro. We are not no I self Lord and Master no more. We can't look at shit so simple and think that somebody's trying to fool us and look for fucking blues clues when we're trying to figure out history or
I kicked
anything
him
else.
out, bro. I can't do it.
I mean, God, man, like Jesus, man.
Not without no source, bro. And then you trying to talk linguistics, and you can't even, you don't even understand the basis of linguistics. You can't do that. You can't.
He
You
thought he was cooking
can't.
with the reconstruction.
Yeah,
He was
you
like,
should.
yeah, because they
You see
reconstructed the language.
any fucking word, bro. Soon as they see the word reconstruction, they just lose their mind. And see, they changed the way the language is. See, they did that on purpose. You see, See, that's why the word don't mean what it used to mean no more, man, because they reconstructed
God.
it. No, bro, that
Cause
is not what
black
the
meant white. Oh my God,
You
man.
don't even know what they
You too
mean when they
old to
talk
be on
about
that stupid
reconstruction.
shit.
Man, too old to be that stupid. Fact.
I ain't got time for that. That's what I ain't got time for. I ain't got time for no nigga making up no shit, bro. Like for real, like you don't. No, I'm not doing that.
Y'all need to stop because he gave us a really good laugh. When that dude bust out and said
I'm finna kick
it
her ass
means
off.
not gonna grow, that shit was hilarious. That shit
Yeah,
was
Never Grow
hilarious.
Land was a good one. I gotta pat myself on the back for that. That was funny.
Yeah,
I
Never
said,
grow.
never grow land.
never grow.
I ain't ever seen no stupid shit like that or heard no stupid shit like that ever. And for you to just hop on the
They
panel
reconstructed the language.
is crazy.
Right.
I'm a listen.
Like everybody's
Listen. If
trying
somebody
to
get on my
fool
nerve, I'm
us.
gonna say you need brain. You need brain. You get your me brain stuff out of it. I'm gonna start doing that because that right there catch him off
This
guard.
motherfucker walking around in an adult. He can drive a car. That is sad. I'm afraid.
Fact.
I don't
I'm
want to
afraid.
drive where he lives.
I don't
I don't
want
want
to
to be
know
anywhere near this dude.
that's the danger.
Jesus, man. Yeah, Oswald Biggs, I like the way you put those quotes in there. That was cool.
This nigga got me looking for shit, bro. Like I am not trying to deal with. No, I'm not.
He really thought he had us,
Frodo.
Sean, on the reconstruction thing.
It's that
Because he
reconstruction.
doesn't understand what it means.
Don't even understand what he reading. That shit horrible.
Yeah, he
He hit you
don't.
with
I
the
mean, reading
Hebrew Israelite.
comprehension.
Read.
That's that he shit. You
Yeah,
read.
bruh. Like, and for someone who taught English in, like in middle school and high school, like, I really feel like I failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, just people
Damn.
walking around like that, bro. I gotta do more before I die,
That
bro.
you
I
gotta
swear.
do better. You say you feel like you gotta do better.
Yes, I do. There's no way.
But you know what?
Somebody should have told him that was stupid before we did.
Cujo. I work with the. I work primarily with special education, right? And a person can have an IEP up until the age of 22, right? They age out of the
Facts.
IEP at 22. So
Hmm.
there are lots of people that had IEPs and their parents, they have jobs, they work, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
get on
Regular
YouTube, they
people.
start YouTube,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
Regular
still
people.
have
Yeah.
learning disabilities, right? Who still have
Yeah. Yeah.
very low
Yo.
IQs, IQ is 75 and 80. You know
I
what I mean?
mean,
Like,
I used to deal with children, right? And then when I would talk to their parent, and I'd be like, okay, that's what it is. It's the parent. So my thing now is adults need to be adults
Better.
need. I don't like to use the word education, but adults need to be informed. Seriously, adults. It's adults. It's not. I mean, the kids, because the kids ain't gonna go much further. The fruit, the fruit ain't gonna fall too far from the tree. It is what it is.
what happens when two special ed people have a baby?
I mean, I've seen some remarkable shit come from it, honestly. Like, I know some pretty dumb people that has some,
Yeah, but more
children. And,
times than not, it's
I mean,
not
like,
something
if you
remarkable.
catch
There
a
are
child when they're young
remarkable
enough
cases.
and they get an interest in something, they can excel. You know, yeah, because they don't have it. You're not gonna like the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. Exactly. That's why we got to
Right.
fix the tree. We got to prune the
Come
tree.
on now.
This nigga's
Cujo, that's
stupid
why
as hell.
we need education reform. Like if even if we start with the concept of night school and what do they call it?
Yeah,
Alternative. If we start
yeah.
with that, we
I
need
think,
it for the modern day in the
yeah,
aspect of think of the shifts that parents work nowadays.
yeah,
Typically you going
yep.
in more towards the nighttime, right? Which
Hmm.
allows the babies to go out and get into nonsense, not study or whatever. You get where I'm going? So if we opened up the school in a more conducive pattern for that demographic, but also what it
Yeah,
opens,
it's the adults.
it leaves open seats for that 18 through 27-year-old that, for whatever reason, didn't get a thorough education, whether it be
Right,
suspension,
right. I
pregnancy,
agree.
whatever, or
Hmm.
you know
And
that.
I think it should be compulsory. Like if your child is having problems, then the adult needs to come in. You know, like if you get arrested, you have to take this class. You know, you can't just go to jail and sit in jail and get out of jail. Because I used to go to jail all the time when in my early 20s, you know, fighting and shit
I
like
go
that.
to
I went
jail
to
all
jail
the time.
constantly. I used to go to jail. I mean, not all the time, but enough. You know what I'm saying? When my mom was like, nigga, I ain't putting no money in your books. You know what I'm saying? This was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I go to jail, I sit there, and these people stupid. And there ain't nobody learning nothing. I took the GED class just to get out the tier, and I was dealing with adults who could barely read. And that's when I was like, damn. You know, I mean, I had my high school diploma. I had been in the army and, you know, I had my little associates and shit back then. But I just took the class just to take the class to get out the tier. But, you know,
You know
I
what?
ended up working with these cats, and they was like, it was sad.
You know what's the
Reading
worst thing?
comprehension.
You know what's the worst thing to be in one of those classes in jail, and a nigga asks you to do the work for him or some shit, help him
Nigga,
like what?
hey, Sabio,
Like what,
I used
nigga?
to get phone time because I used to write niggas letters to their
Hey, I
fucking
did too. I used to give
baby
niggas
mamas and shit.
all time because I used
I
to
don't know
write
how them
letters.
niggas knew I could read, but they always
Not to
and,
get no pushback, Sabio, but you got that same thing in academic settings. A lot of the
Yeah,
reasons why these motherfuckers graduate, I'm sorry for cussing, they graduate and then you ask them anything pertaining to that class and they can't retain,
can't tell you.
regurgitate, inform you
Right.
about it. It's because
Yep.
somebody else was doing the work.
on the work
Yeah,
for him.
and
Yeah,
then they're taught to
Oh,
pass
especially if they're an
tests.
athlete.
They're taught to
Especially if
pass
they're
the
an
Nah,
athlete.
I
test.
I
just
hate to
wanted to
say
throw
that.
that
Look,
out
I'm
there right
telling you,
before you
they're
before
just
you
taught
finish
to
both
pass a
mention.
test. They're taught to pass a test. That's it. You're taught to pass. You don't really learn the information. You know what I'm saying? Because like
yeah.
I could say
It's
something
called
that I
house
know
learning.
you learned in school. I know you learned it because I'm aware of the curriculum. I can say
The
it to you.
word
You did learn it in school. They're like, no, I didn't. You did. You just don't remember it because you
Cujo,
didn't learn it.
Cujo. The word you're looking for is rote. ROTE. Rote learning.
Hmm. Tell me about it.
So
I know what
rote
rope means.
learning is basically learning to pass a test, not learning
That's
to
it.
retain information.
Thank you. Yeah, because rope means done. That's exactly what it is. Good one. Thank you.
We got
I appreciate that.
we got a whole bunch of passive learning going on now because of this.
It
What
is
I
so
guess you could
sad,
call it
and I
the
seen it.
digital age. So there's a
Yeah,
whole lot of passive learning.
yeah, because you could just Google something or what they call it, Chat GPT, whatever. You could do
Right.
that, and you think you're a subject matter expert, but you
Yep. Because
can't
your bias is
articulate what
confirmed.
you looked up.
Right. Yep.
God, man, this shit is sad, bro. I mean, we have 12-year-olds running around that's in their 30s. That's
Yep.
basically what we're dealing with. Jesus.
Yep.
Oh my
Homeboy
God, bro. This
said,
shit. And it
not
ain't just
no
black people.
bowling.
Let's just say that, though. I want to say that.
No,
It's
it's not.
not just black people.
No, it's not.
It's not just
I
black
know
people.
some dumbass. I done met some dumb. Hey, I done tried to have some of the
No, the
heavy
majority.
conversations on
Man,
about COVID
man.
19, the vaccines, evolution and shit with white people, yo. Hey, there's
Yeah,
some
this
white
is
people that
ridiculous.
they're not monkeys. I done heard white people tell me straight out, we are not monkeys. What?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
White men,
Yes, they believe in
old
magic.
white men, old white men. Like, hold on, are you really telling me this? You really think?
Hey,
So how
nah,
did we come up with this?
Sabio, listen. I had a group of people laughing at me saying I was stupid because I said that human beings were animals. It's like we ain't no fucking animals. We mammals, but we not animals. A
what?
mammal is an animal.
It's an animal,
We're
you
not
stupid.
animals. I'm serious, bro. Like serious. And I was getting scoffed at and laughed at, and I can take it because I don't really care. But I mean, for real, bro. Like I turned 50 in April, bro. So I'm gonna be an absolute asshole when I turn 50. You ain't gonna tell me shit when I turn 50. Straight the fuck up. When I turn 50, fuck you. You ain't even tell me shit. How the fuck you ain't no animal? You whether you a plant or you a fungus or you a bacteria? I mean, what are we
Right.
talking about?
What are you?
It don't even go no further, bro. This mother. Oh my god. Hey, it was somebody in the chat, Sean, that was acute something. Get them to come up here talking about that shit. You know, they try to break
I
down the
don't think that
words and shit.
I don't think that he's
Let
coming. Bro. He just sit there and said him and
I
the other
wanted
dudes
you and
just sit there and
Savior
said
up
they
here.
on a whole nother dimension. The man just in the chat said the Niger
Oh, yeah,
and
we're
Nile
not on their
dimension.
frequency.
That's wrong. You said that the Nile means Negro. That's wrong. You said that the word land means Negro. That's wrong.
What?
Everything you said is about Africa was wrong. And you talking about you on a whole nother dimension. And then the dumb nigga with you believe that.
The whole nother dimension.
A
They
whole
think
nother
they own the chakras and all this fruit ass shit, bruh. See, I
yeah,
gotta
the
go
whole
back to the store and get me something else to drink. I done drunk, bruh. I used to be, lit and shit because I used to be, I was chilling. Let's do it though. Fuck it. I ain't talked to Sophie in a minute. I miss you too, melanated goddess. Remember, my
Yes,
Yasta,
I
my
miss
dude,
my
child.
Virginia.
Yeah, big
Big
up
up
Virginia, man.
Virginia.
That's right. Let them know. That's the rich. You know what I'm talking about? South Carolina. Come on, man. Come on, man. These people ain't fucking with us for real. Oh my God, man. I missed y'all. I miss you too, Sean. God damn, bro.
Pause, nigga.
Nah, nigga, ain't nothing wrong with that. We don't gotta
Nah,
be like that, bro. Nah, nigga,
pause.
I'm a goddamn keep it fucking emotional, nigga.
Shauna,
I don't care.
Shauna is like no emotion.
No, I
His
know.
way of
I know,
saying hi, he
Sean.
was like, "What up with your big head
Man,
ass?"
man. And it's wild because like we've been doing this shit for a few years now. And it
fact.
don't really seem like it. We've been doing shit for years, man.
We've been
You
doing
But
know
this
that's
what
what
shit.
I'm
I'm saying?
saying. So imagine that, and it's still debate over the word Negro. Like,
this
how many different times you guys gonna tell them about what Negro mean?
this
It's like you just don't want to know.
this nigga said
They don't
never
want to
grow
know.
land. Oh my
I never heard
God,
that one
man.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
never.
I know it is.
I thought he was gonna say it means they talking about the Indians. The Indians was changed was they was calling the Indians Negroes. I mean, I heard that one, but I ain't never
Not to
heard
see
no
like
never grow
like
land.
back in the 90s, right? You can be talking and just running your mouth to niggas that don't know. Be like, yeah, it's never broke.
Absolutely. I done had
I can
enough,
see
bro.
somebody saying some bullshit like that. Like
Absolutely.
melanin.
You gonna need a better source, bro. You're gonna need some real scholarship. If absolutely, because you just tried to come on, you're gonna need some real scholarship, bro, to get back on this panel. I ain't listening to that shit no more.
Yeah, wait, I'm from ancient Yoruba. I'm African. I'm really on another dimension
That shit,
because
no, you ain't.
nigga, that don't mean a goddamn thing. Take that
The
silly ass
word
shit
Negro
out.
don't come from Yoruba.
It doesn't at all. The fuck, nigga, you ain't come up here. I wish you come up here with your
No,
silly ass accent, nigga. We'll eat
I've
that
heard the
up too.
Agbo tell me that Yoruba was Arabic language.
Oh yeah,
Um,
they said it from the east anyway. Yeah.
what I heard yesterday is that wait, who was what word was it that was Cujo. I'm so happy that you're here. Cujo originates from China. That's what I learned yesterday on the Abo channel. Right?
You lying.
I ain't
You
lying.
lying.
Coming from a
You
pseudo
lying. Ain't
Nazi.
no way.
That dude Nazi, the Abo Caribbean dude, yes. He from the Caribbean a U.S. territory that he
The
feels has
way
no
the way I
African
came up
ancestry.
the way I came up with Cujo is I was reading slave narratives, and it was like I found the word like 2 or 3 times, like Cujo, and I knew it came from the Stephen King thing, the movie with the dog. And I'm like, Cujo, like why these niggas named Cujo? So like I'm looking up shit, like trying to figure out where it come from, and then boom, it means boy born on Monday in a con, and I was a boy born on Monday, nigga. I'm like, that's me. That's what I am.
Now
You know what I'm saying? It's
he
not
said that
necessarily who I
they
am.
got it,
It's what I am.
they learned it from China. That's a Chinese, like they got a family,
How
a
the fuck they
Cujo
learn it from
family.
China?
I don't. He didn't explain the how, but
Yeah,
he
they got a
said,
kudo. It's kudo. It's kudo. I know what
well,
they talking about. It's not. That's
he
Japanese
said
actually.
that.
It's Japanese, but it's
Oh,
not
Japanese. I'm
kudo.
sorry, No, you're
He's an
correct. You're
asshole.
correct.
Yeah,
He
it's
did say
Japanese.
Japan,
Hey, come
but
up
he
here.
said,
I named Sokoto, so we can eat you
Yo,
up because you
hold
think
on
you're
one
so much
second,
smarter
y'all.
than I am.
pause.
Hold on 1 second. Well, hold on. Yo, absolutely. Do you got some actual scholarship that actually support the notion that the word Negro means what you said it meant earlier? Or do you got any scholarship? I'm saying a book that we can refer to and get into this work because I don't want to go in loops and circles. You
Yeah, it's definitely great scholarship on deck, literally
okay? So
on deck.
so point me in the direction to the actual scholarship that
Can
supports.
you see my finger? Or can you see any of my fingers? Because they got two thumbs pointing back at me. You can't see that?
No, thumbs aren't fingers.
he's trolling.
Thumbs
He
are
in a
not
troll
fingers.
mood tonight. That was funny. You see my fingers?
Shaw,
He can go make us
hate
some
it. I'm
shit
not
on. He can go
familiar
make
with
us
that
some shit
person, but I'll look it
on
up.
Calvin Denzel Roberts channel. They allow that shit over there. All they do over there is gossip and make up shit. So you can go on Calvin. He can go over. He can go to Calvin channel. He can go to what's that other weak ass nigga name? The one y'all said who be trying to be like the new Sonetta. Go ahead, weak ass nigga channel.
What's his name?
He's talking about you, no.
Yeah, True Zone. You go over
Um,
there.
I never
but
even heard of it.
what was I gonna
The
say?
N word. Why are you saying N
So
word?
so
We black,
so
nigga.
The N word is not a is don't
me.
you don't know, bro. That shit.
So
Kumbo.
You can't even
Negro
Kumbo.
find
means
it.
no
What is
land.
what is the what is the what is the
No.
I'm familiar.
what is the transliteration of the word Negro in Medu Neter? See how you just get in the chat and you just start saying shit. Don't know that
I
it's a
say,
nigga on the panel that studies Medu
the
Neter.
word. Yeah, and then like from a nigga on the panel that studies the etymology of the word Negro. Negro comes from the Amazigh word Injir, which means river. It means river. That's why Niger is Niger. That's why Nigeria is Nigeria. Injir. It doesn't even mean black. The Romans took the word when they came into the Niger River basin, encountering black people, and it became a cognate in Latin. It's not a Latin cognate. It doesn't come from Latin at all. It was transliterated into Latin. And they used the word later. During the Pax Romana, I mentioned that with Marcus Aurelius. We could talk about it. Is that real, bro? I mean, it's that fucking real. I learned this shit, bro. I mean, I took Latin in school in real life. I have a fairly good memory. That's all it is. And I'm interested in factual
Y'all
information, so
speaking
I
in
continue to
curses.
look things
Stop
up.
using the N word. You just sit here and said that the
Nigga,
word in
fuck
Africa.
you.
Then you talking
Fuck
about we
you.
speaking curses. Man,
Yeah, fuck you. Well, how's it an N word? Why would I say N word? Why should I give a fuck what white folk feel about the word?
Wait, it's a
Y'all
white
speaking in
person
crazy.
talking?
Stop using the N word.
I
Nigga,
don't
nigga,
know
nigga.
who it is.
Nah, he's probably from Africa. He got Sokoto. as his name.
Nah, he ain't from no damn
So you
Africa.
know what I'm saying? He gonna come in and educate us stupid ass niggas.
He ain't from no Africa.
That's how they look at it. That's what's unfortunate sometimes about a lot of those continental Africans.
Nah,
You
he
know,
ain't. You said
and a
he from
lot of them
Africa,
they
bro.
bring
Why
real
do you think he from Africa? Why do you think he from Africa?
He said he was. See, he said he from
No,
West Africa. Where in
man,
West Africa?
he said a bunch of shit
Okay,
in
I'm
the
not
chat.
gonna Sean, I follow you, Sean. If you tell me that this nigga's lying, okay?
Yeah, you just heard, you just seen all the shit he was saying in the chat, bro. There's no way I'm not listening to no motherfucker saying half the shit
He's
he said.
probably a troll pretending to be an African.
That's my thing. I'm not getting into none of that with these niggas.
I'm gonna stop pretending to be an abo because I know so many of their talking points. You know,
I know,
You can't
for
swear that
real.
I'm not. No, you can't swear. We all
and I just
you got,
learned a new one.
look. He's somebody that descend from some people that's in Africa. That's all. Somebody's from Ghana and all that other shit.
I'm from Ghana, so you
So
know what
listen,
Cujo
there,
means.
Ghana dude, did you know you don't have your land don't grow because you a Negro. Your land don't grow. Did you know that? How about that? Go
That's
tell
why
the
it's a
elders that.
curse. That's why it's a curse. That's why it's a curse.
Yes,
Because land don't grow.
you Hamite. See what I'm saying? I could be an Abo / Hebrew.
I'm finna kick
All
her
I
ass
gotta do is throw.
next. She finna go
All I
next.
gotta do,
She finna go next.
Sean. That's
I'm about to
because
find me
listen,
some
I'm
fish,
not
you don't
listening
man.
to
even
what you talking
Bullshit.
about. Your ass is next. You on the short
you don't
list.
even eat African food.
You
You
you finna go next.
I'm about to find me some fish. Y'all niggas bullshit.
we was cooking up here. That's what
You
it
keep
was.
still
Right.
talking. You see how I muted her ass and she still was talking? That's the
I
same
was
shit
muted
you doing.
because I'm driving. I'm going dancing
Doing
again.
the
2
same
nights
shit.
in 1
You
week.
going on a Tuesday? That is
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Well,
That was a great
it
song
wasn't cold
too.
in my feet.
I like that Tuesday song by that little yellow ass nigga. I like that song.
It's
That's a
43. It's
great song.
43 degrees outside.
I
All
know
right,
it ain't
hold
that
on.
bad. It ain't that cold here either.
Hold on. We finna try this. This is the last time we finna try this, bro. I'm just letting you know that right now. The last time for the day. Maybe
Oh
another day if
Lord.
I feel like it. But after this ends, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, what's
Hey,
up?
good brother, how's your day today, man? How you feeling? How'd your day
Fuck
go?
all that fake ass
Oh,
shit, bro. What's up?
I just want to politic with you real quick. How in the world are y'all fighting another African in the chat? Ain't y'all a pan-African group? You cannot go
how do you
against
What
what
are
know
he's
you
we
saying.
talking about?
African?
You don't know what we is
You're
or what we
African
is.
too.
You don't know who
Yeah,
we
You
fighting. Ain't no
African too.
motherfucker fighting nobody.
we
You're
fight
African,
Africans
bro.
all the time.
Yeah,
Hey,
Right.
the
you're
guy say he's
African.
from West Africa. I just flipped back on your page. The guy is saying he's from West Africa. And I hear you
And
guys
you are
saying
too.
he
And
ain't
you
from
are
Africa.
and you from West
You
Me
West
you
along
from
with
African
West
all
too.
Africa too.
Americans? Sound crazy.
Hold up, my guy. Is the guy from Africa or not?
You from West
You
Africa too.
You from West Africa too, bro. What
No,
part
I
of
was
that don't
actually
you
born in
understand?
America. I was born in America.
You
So
from
how you
No
West
gonna
I
say
was
that?
born in
shit.
That's
So
America
super
what?
dumb.
too.
That don't
That's
mean
dumb.
nothing.
That's super dumb.
Yeah, so was Donald Trump. Donald Trump was born in America.
Yeah,
So he
damn.
African too, right?
Still a
Ain't he
European,
African?
right or
You
wrong.
from West Africa
No,
too.
he's not
No,
European.
he's
He's African.
European.
You're
Stop.
No,
from
he's African.
you are look, absolutely. That's what I meant, bro.
That's
That's all I got
absolutely
time for this
again.
shit.
Yeah, he's not a real person, bro. He's not a real person. He's not. I thought that was another person. He's not a real person. And if you want to entertain him, Sean, I'm down. But I'll be quiet because you asked me to.
Nah, I just got really absolutely.
I actually wanted to ask him some questions, but Sean done took him away,
Nah,
right? Sean took him away?
we passed asking this nigga question.
No, I wanted to ask him some questions.
We
I
passed
I
it.
don't
wanted
care.
to see, like, if he gets
We passed it.
tired
Okay.
or if he gets
Hold
this,
on, I'm gonna help you out.
if
I'm
he
gonna help you. I'm
dancing.
gonna help you. I'm gonna help you ask him some questions. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. You still driving?
Why? What you about to do?
I'm about to
Yeah,
kick
no,
your
that
ass
sounds
off
real
so you can go on
sexual.
the chat and ask him questions.
Okay, yeah, I'm you said what I'm about to do what? What he said? I missed it. And you laughing too hard. So what he said?
He said, I'm gonna kick your ass out so you can go talk to him in the chat. That was funny as shit.
I can't talk to him in the chat. I'm driving, so put him back up here so I
No,
can
I'm not.
ask
No,
him
I'm
my
not
question.
Now
accommodating.
that's
I'm
what he
not
asked you if you
accommodating
still
y'all.
driving. That was hilarious.
Okay. Okay, so if he's not on the panel but he's listening, then maybe you could just
He waiting
tell me
on you
what
to get in the chat. He waiting on you to get in the chat.
no, he type it in the chat and then you read it the answer to me because I can't
He
see it.
waiting on you to get in the chat.
You know what, Sean? I don't feel the love right now. Like what's going on? What's going on, bro? Like that?
Yeah, they trolling me. I ain't got time for that shit.
I wanted to ask him a question.
Man,
Absolutely. If you're listening,
he ain't
absolutely, right?
Nope. I told
Can
you
you
to keep out.
what paper? The first Aboriginal newspaper, Black Aboriginal newspaper.
Why you keep asking the same motherfucker that shit?
Because I want to know the goddamn
Nah,
answer to the freaking question.
I done kicked her ass off. Melanated, you bugging. You bugging. I knew y'all was a scared group of people, yo. Like, I be up here for a few hours. I deal with some real information, and then y'all run. Y'all run. I'm talking about run. Like, you can never have an intellectual conversation. It's always some make believe shit. Y'all just be running. Like, bro, I'm tired of
Fact.
y'all running. Melanated, I didn't mean to kick you off that time. It just happened. I was trying to put you in the back. I hit the wrong button. But you asked him that before, and he never answered. And he's not going to answer. So I don't even know why you trying to get an answer. I'm not finna answer you. Straight up. So listen, man, I'm about to get out of here, yo. It's been fun.
Yeah, it was, man. I appreciate
People,
you, bro.
I hope people learn from the information from earlier, and can understand how to put the shit in perspective. So hold up. I was looking at something. But anyway, so this kid in Chattanooga. All right. About this kid in Chattanooga, he was so hold on. It says Sean, they're scared of the truth. That's a fact. But listen, man. So I did this bill because I had to deal with that whole little Abo meme that they created, and just wanted to talk about the origins of the word Negro and its significance. And as you can see throughout history, how that word it came to be and all of that good stuff. So it is what it is as it pertains to that, for sure. Definitely, for sure. So y'all, man, y'all have a good one, man. Let me get on up out of here. Get some of my sanity back. Cause this motherfucker, what did he say the word Negro mean?
never, never,
Never grow.
never grow land. Yes, sir. Never grow land. That's what it is. We know now because of his goddamn expertise. He informed us. We are now more knowledgeable because of that dude.
And then
Appreciate it.
he told us that the information comes from him. So that's like I said, that goes back to speak to when they get to start saying shit in the middle of an intelligent conversation, they making the shit up. If you get on a panel with other people and they begin to sit there and say, yeah, that comes from my research. I made it. I came to that. And then can't tell you how, man. Fuck out of here, bro.
I gotta agree with that.
But yeah, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Appreciate everybody supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Bob.
You over here talking about Babylon, but you from Ghana, bro. I ain't believing none of that shit you kicking. I know you really look what he said, Cujo. I'm really from America. Exactly. He's exactly what the fuck I said. He's from
You
America.
did call it.
He descends from Ghana. I ain't listening to none of that crazy shit. Just so to let you know how I am on my shit. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. I'm sure some of y'all people got people that's live right now kicking it off. But like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend.
All right, boss. Appreciate
Africa,
you.
but they
Take your
would be able
time.
to
Big
tell
up
you
Virginia.
about
Big
Africa.
up
They
Tennessee,
wouldn't be
man.
vaguely saying they from Africa, brother. Like when a European says I'm from Europe, he doesn't say I'm from Europe. He says I'm from Germany. I'm from a particular province. I still got people out there, right? You know, when people say hold on. When people say they from Asia, they tell you where about from Asia they from. They tell you their province. They tell you they still got people out there. These people will confirm that they are indeed a part of their heritage. But you niggas was calling y'all African? Oh, mysteriously, you have no contact with the people you say you descend from. So I don't believe you. Bro.
Hating Africa and hating the African, we ended up even hating ourselves without even realizing it. Because you can't hate the roots of a tree and not hate the tree. The roots of a tree and not hate the tree.
You ain't no Indian, please try again. Everybody know you's an African. And Malcolm X said, you can't hate the root without hating the tree. Now take a look at you, you's a wannabe Cherokee. And I told you before, you need some therapy. And why you never show the genealogy? You owe your ancestors an apology. And you know they turning over inside of their graves just because you don't wanna come from a slave. So you gotta take this whip in. I caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple. Caught another apple. Caught another apple slipping. Ay. Caught another apple. Let's go slipping. Ay. Caught another apple. Let's go slipping. Ay. Caught another apple. Let's go. Caught another. Let's go. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple slipping. Caught another apple. Caught another apple. Caught another apple slipping. Yo, check this out, man. You wasn't already here, man. Dane Calloway lied to you, man. The research guy lied to you, man. Karimio lied to you, man. Your ancestors come from Africa, whether you like it or not. So no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you will always be an African. You can't deny the facts. You can't deny the evidence. You can't deny the genealogy. You can't deny the DNA. You can't deny it, man. Whether you like it or not, you are African. Call the abo slipping. That's all we do. That's all we do. Let's go.
Got some dewy-eyed thing that you got a friend. I still ask you to look at that mirror. And if nothing staring back at you is friendly, then you've got no friend.